Welcome one and all to another amazing night here in Tranquility.
We absolutely are in for a treat of a match here tonight, no question about it.
And the grenades from Pompu eliminate everybody on the field.
Now between something as well is going to be applied as a death block them, and it's going to be huge. Fighting three.
The double kill with the Bastion ulti? Alright, I see you guys.
For B-Well, look to find a stick there, finds the stick, they find two with it!
Those who find the picks will save the fight, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
And Cam with the four-man punch off the map!
Experience tranquility.
Three months ago, we wrapped up the North American Discord tier of Season 9 of Tranquility with a stellar match between the two most dominant teams in the season. And now, with the 10th season of Tranquility just days away, we find ourselves witnessing those two giants facing off once again for a chance at the preseason title. It's a pleasure to have you here. My name is Bowsy, and I'm joined here with Dexatron as it's time to write another chapter in the historic rivalry between MI7 and Reminiscence. Dex, we're in for a heck of a show tonight.
Yeah, we are in for a heck of a show. Like you said, these two teams, just looking back at their history, might be the two teams that pretty much run this Discord tier here.
Absolutely. MI7 and Reminiscence, the two most dominant teams last season. They were the runner-up and the champion, respectively. And they have a very good history overall since Season 9. They faced off 3 times in Season 9. It was Reminiscence who took home the preseason title. MI7 took home a win in the regular season, but Reminiscence bounced back in a 7-map series to take over the Grand Finals win and be able to claim their second championship in Tranquility. But now heading into this season, new looks from both of these sides. Of the players that were in that championship match, only 2 players are returning to these two teams, and only one of them is on the same team that they were on last season. So a lot of switching up between these two teams. We'll have to see if they still have the power that they were able to bring on last season.
Yeah, with a lot of, like you said, people moving, people swapping teams, people coming to these teams here. It's going to be a really interesting thing to see how these two teams kind of compare to what they were last season. But the fact that they're already in this grand finals here for the preseason shows that these two teams are still right where they left off last season.
Absolutely, and it was not an easy road for either of these teams. When you look at the brackets, the preseason bracket that they had to go through, Reminiscence had to go through some heavy hitters, including Cosmic Castaways in their semifinals match, where they did drop their first map of the preseason. MI7, on the other hand, they went up against Avalon Ilias and the Tempest team that have been really strong and have really good rosters for Tranquility, so it's definitely going to be one heck of a match between these two teams. It might go all the way here in this first 2-4 series. Our first map of the day is going to be Lijiang Tower once we get the two teams situated, but still, it's going to be one heck of a match no matter which way you cut it here, Dex.
Yeah, and it's not a shock we're going to Lijiang Tower here to start off. Based off what I've seen a lot, everyone likes to pick Lijiang Tower first. It's a good warm-up map for both teams. Get in there. You have 3 different points there that you can see a lot of different playstyles come out on. I think that's why a lot of teams choose this map to start out on.
Yeah, this map was not chosen by either of these teams. It was a preseason requirement, but still, it definitely is a comfort pick map. People like to run that brawl style, and especially with the rise of Reinhardt as of recently in the meta, you definitely could see a lot of Reinhardt coming out for both of these teams. They want to try to stick to that brawl style, so we'll see what goes on here as we're about to enter into Lijiang Tower and see what these two teams are cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what point we go to first here, because that definitely kind of shows what kind of comp we're going to see coming out from either of these teams here. I know on Gardens, you normally like to see a Rhine come out, but you could also see some other tanks come out. Maybe a Ball. Ball's strong going into the season right now. And maybe we even see an Orisa or a Junker Queen come out. They are both still very strong here at the moment.
Absolutely. Junker Queen has been touted by some as a counter to Wrecking Ball composition, so there definitely is the potential that we do see a Junker Queen brawl here to try and counter any sort of ball shenanigans that people would be bringing out, but definitely will be interesting to see as we're just waiting for a little bit here for the teams to get ready, and then we will be getting in to our first map here of the series, and we'll have to see what is going to be here for the sides of both of these teams. But I mean, just looking at these rosters, both of these rosters of these teams have a lot of star players. Reminiscence picked up some notable names. Swifters, who played on Adelaide Eclipse last season. Coconut, who was a part of the Flashbacks roster that finished in the quarterfinals. They got Train again, which Train, a well-known member of the community, known a lot for the Teamfight Tactics tournaments, also is pretty good player on the off-tank position. Now he's back on that off-tank position. And then you have B-Ball Man, who was originally on MI7 and then swapped over to play for Joey Esports midway through the season. So Reminiscence definitely packing some hits with those players. And on the side of MI7, a lot of players hailing from Adelaide Eclipse, where Swifters again was from Hayden, Bunny, and Tanikby, as well as recruiting Majestic from Vampires and Genji Main from the SEAL Team Spuds, who was seen as a linchpin pick on that team. So a lot of stellar names on both of these rosters. It's definitely going to be one heck of a battle between probably some of the best in Tranquility that we have to offer this season.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot of recognizable names in this one here. And a lot of them new to their teams right now, so it's going to be really fun to see how these two teams play going into this one. While they have played a couple games already and have been probably scrimming their butts off to get to this point right now, it's just going to be interesting to see how they finally play in what is essentially a big game here for the preseason championship.
Absolutely. We already see we're starting out here on Lijiang Night Market. Reminiscence on the left side, MI7 on the right. We already see, you mentioned it before their decks, we already see that B-Ball Man locking the Wrecking Ball to start out here. So Reminiscence want to try to stick to this sort of disruptive style, while MI7 want to go for the Brawl style as the gates open. The Discord tier preseason finals have begun.
B-Ball Man, like you said, coming out on that ball, proving that ball is in fact life for the man who has B-Ball in his name. But you immediately see MI7 use that TP to get to point first, and they're going to try to hold this point here right now for as long as they possibly can. You do see B-Ball Man actually roll through there and spike down in the middle of MI7, but MI7 still strongly holding on this point at the moment.
Yeah, MI7 are right now playing this brawl comp, so the thing they want to try to do is stick together, but the biggest thing is, the comp of Reminiscence just wants to try to tear them apart limb from limb, and so just find that first pick on the Bunny is going to do exactly that.
Yeah, MI7 will get the first initial cap here. However, without Bunny's healing ability here, you might be down a little bit, and you already see MI7 trying to get back into that back corner. Tanic falls, Laura falls as well. Reminiscence here just has to clean up these final members of MI7. They find Genji Main, and they're just going after Hayden right now. They're finally able to take care of them, and that'll be an easy point flip for Reminiscence, only after about 18%.
Yeah, definitely. MI7 do get that 18%, which might be crucial toward the latter half of the game, but now MI7 switching their comp up entirely. Hayden, the only player remaining on that Lucio, but everybody else has switched. Laura to the Tracer, Tanikby to the Echo, Genji Main to the Wrecking Ball, and Bunny to the Mercy, so they definitely want to try to play a very similar style here to what Reminiscence are tossing at them, and with Laura already dying, it's probably going to be difficult to try and recover from this. They might need to back out and start another engage later on.
Yeah, but you definitely see Tanikby here trying to at least take care of one of this Pharmacy duo right now for Reminiscence, just not finding anyone just yet. Like you said, they probably need to back out here. Don't want to risk losing anyone and just causing even more of a stagger. Already 35% and counting for Reminiscence, and they all have ultimates here coming up. MI7 really only has the beat, but they find 2 early kills here. This might be exactly what they need. They're retaking point right now. Neptune, though, able to find Bunny on this Kariko. They've been a dead-eye so far. Already 2 headshot kills. Swifters falls there to Tankby. The minefield now coming out from B-Ball Man on point. They're going to try to contest this point as long as they can, but Genji Main able to take care of them in that ball duel.
Yeah, definitely. And also the beat coming out there from Hayden was able to make sure that there wasn't a lot of damage done by those minefields. You had that extra shield to be able to just plow through the mines and try to take care of B-Ball Man as quickly as possible. Hayden most likely used that because he expects to die in the next few seconds and then switch over to something that could be more impactful, like a Kariko or an Ana. Regardless of which, MI7 able to hold that. Now they have 3 ults ready for this next fight, but that Reminiscence coming in with a handful of ultimates of their own, and also that first pick on the Bunny.
Yeah, and the minefield now comes out here from Genji Main. Tanikby duplicates into the Mercy there. I don't know if that was a thing they were trying to get or if they were just misclicked there, but they don't get anything from the Pulse Bomb comes out from Music Addicts there. Not able to find anyone with that. Reminiscence wants to take back this point right now as MI7 has recaptured the lead. Neptune finds 1, make it 2. Addicts finds a third. Now they just have to get rid of this ball of Genji main. They're trying their hardest. They're eventually going to be able to due to Music Addicts. Now it's just up to Bunny, who came into that fight very late, and Reminiscence able to retake point.
I mean, the duplicate on the Mercy wasn't a bad thing on the side of Tanic B, because the Mercy had the res. Tanic B tried to res up Bunny on the Mercy, which is a cruel state of irony. However, it was the hack coming out from Swifters that determined that fight. And the EMP! Ouch.
EMP finds 3. They immediately find 1 off it. Bunny, though, able to get Laura back in. Able to get Laura back in this one. Music Addicts finds Bunny right back, though. I believe the mine, or no minefields came out there. But we do see Genji main definitely going after Swifters there, and they're able to find him. Genji main actually finding 2. Now they're going after B-Ball Man. Make it 3. Tanic B actually is able to take the kill there, and we almost see it boop off the map. Tanic B finds his second one there onto Music Addicts, and Coconut right there as MI7 quickly retakes the point.
Definitely good recovery there from MI7, especially with losing Lore first. The EMP did connect on the 3, but there just wasn't enough follow-up there from Reminiscence, and Genji main was able to stay alive, find those 2 crucial picks onto the Kariko and the Sombra, and turn the fight around here. So now MI7, they're looking in a good situation, 85%, but they have to hold on to that point. They're already going for Neptune. They want to try to eliminate that Kariko as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and right now you saw Genji main did have their minefield ready to go there. I thought that might be an opportunity where we see them use it. However, still holding on to it now. Reminiscence trying to retake the point. Minefields come out here from Genji main, and they do find 1 there early. Overtime has commenced here now for MI7 to try to clean up this team fight, but we do see a pulse bomb stick come out onto Lore, but they get saved there by the beat. Genji main finds Music Addicts right back, and now MI7 just looking to clean up this team fight. EMP does come out there from Tanic B, finds a couple. They're able to confirm 1 kill off it, and no one from Reminiscence will be able to get back to contest that point in time as MI7 takes the first point here on Lijiang Tower.
A lot of crucial moments that MI7 played perfectly there. The hack onto B-Ball Man when the minefield came out. B-Ball Man had no choice but to stick in the minefield and succumb to the pain. The beat coming out from Hayden to keep Laura alive when he was stuck. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Regardless, it saved the fight there for MI7, and it did a really good job of just riding that momentum out, keeping everybody alive, and winning the fight overall. So wonderful job from MI7, playing the cards into their favor right as we head over now to Lijiang Garden, which mainly can be a much more open map, but MI7 proving that they want to try to stick with that close range brawl comp, teleport through the window of the pagoda, and find their way to the point immediately. Reminiscence switching over to a shadow dive composition though. B-Ball Man onto the Winston, Swifters onto the Reaper, so we'll see if it's able to take the advantage here as there comes the TP from MI7 right onto the point.
Yeah, already taking control of that point right now. B-Ball Man trying to get rid of these turrets here from Tanic B now, just peppering in some damage there on Genji main, but Genji main able to punish Swifters there a little bit early, and look at Tanic B. That beam is fully charged, and it is just ready to go. 4 kills already going the way of MI7 here. Now, they're just trying to find Music Addicts here, and they're able to as Music Addicts just decides to jump off the map to regroup with their team.
Yeah, definitely good jump there from Music Addicts. Obviously, you want to try to get with the rest of your team. We could see the swap come out here from Music Addicts, and we're going to see the Genji come out here, which is an interesting pick as Reminiscence switch up their entire composition to Pharah Genji Ball, and as well the Mercy coming out here from Coconut as well. So Reminiscence want to try to commit to this ball style as they start the dive in here with that Wrecking Ball and already find Bunny. Make it 3 kicks already.
What a quick way to get back into this one here. MI7 trying to get back on the point to contest. However, after 23%, Reminiscence is able to take point for the first time this point. And now you immediately see the remaining members of MI7 just fall in fight their Genji to B-Ball Man. Hayden just decides to jump off the map, regroup with their team. Reminiscence now going to come back into this one, not with a lot of ultimates here, but same could be said for MI7, who basically has nothing ready and will probably not have anything ready even until after this next team fight.
Yeah, right now MI7, their goal is to try to force out ultimates here from the side of Reminiscence. And, I mean, you found the kill on the Music Addict, so there's definitely an opportunity here to push in and try to take this fight for your own.
Yeah, like they're trying to take care of B-Ball Man right now, but just Ball has so much maneuverability on this point that they're able to stay alive. Coconut Falls, that's a great pick coming out there from Tanic B. And now they're going at their Swifters. They get bumped out of the way, though, there by B-Ball Man. The minefields come out from B-Ball Man. Here comes the barrage from Swifters as well. They take care of the support line for MI7. The mines find Tanic B, and Reminiscence, what almost looked like could have been a lost fight, able to come back, turn around, pick up a couple kills, win the team fight handily, and they still have some ultimates in the bag.
Yeah, definitely. Reminiscence. Good recovery there with that barrage and minefield, but that's basically what MI7 wanted, because MI7 went into that with 0 ults of their own, and they didn't have to use any single ults in that fight. They now are building up to almost a 5 ultimate bank here, so Reminiscence have to be careful. They have to know that these ultimates are coming online and try to stop them before MI7 can pull the trigger.
Yeah, you already see Reminiscence coming out here, popping the Kasuni Rush early to try to keep them sustained in this fight. They really do think that you're going to be seeing a lot of ultimates come out here early, but MI7 just finally getting some of their ultimates on board right now. Tank able to find Coconut there, but Hayden falls just before that. Laura did get their pulse bomb. Usually they're not able to find anyone. Genji Main and Laura find 2 more right here. This is looking to be a very good fight for MI7. They just need to get rid of B-Ball Man here on point. So low on health. Genji Main able to take care of them. Tank B also finds Music Addicts, and that will be a point flip just before we get into overtime.
Yeah, definitely 96% for Reminiscence. That basically means the next team fight they win is going to be a 1-1 Tannic. Just showing the blade for a little bit of a showing off there with that duplicate form. But MI7, even though that they had all the ultimates, they used 4 in that fight. The only thing they have left is this beat from Hayden. So Hayden has to be careful and try to keep themselves alive, make sure they do not get picked off, and hope to God Bunny doesn't die here, because that would be travesty for the side of MI7.
Tannic B does find Coconut. Laura and Bunny do fall. That travesty might just be starting right now for MI7. Genji Main out as well. Everything's starting to fall apart. Tannic B able to find Music Addicts, though. That's huge. The beat does come out from Hayden, it looks like, but it doesn't necessarily hit anyone. They get hacked right out of it. Swifters finds 2. And this should be the point flip coming out from them right now. They just have to take care of Laura on point, who's going to try just to dance around. But here comes Genji Main back in on that ball, rolling in with speed right now, just trying to hold on this point as long as they can. Laura's so close to a pulse bomb here, but they won't be able to use it. Bunny actually finding a kill on the Mercy, pulling out the Glock. They're not able to find anything else coming from it as Coconut just decides to end their reign right there after a little bit of after just some good play coming out from them. But B-Ball Man also finds Tank B. We do see Reminiscence retake point. We have ticked over into overtime right now. Hayden trying their best to stay alive on that wall. Will stay alive for a while before Music Addicts finally able to take him out. Overtime now ticking down. EMP coming out here from Swifters. It finds 2. Laura falls. Genji Main on point right now. Gets hacked out of the slam. They're eventually going to fall here pretty quickly. Now it's Pac just trying to get rid of Tannic B. Tannic B falls. The Kasuni Rush comes out from Reminiscence, and Reminiscence here will force a 3rd point.
I expect nothing less from the 2 best teams in Discord tier last season. It's going all the way on our first map already here on Lijiang Tower. Reminiscence just really good at executing at the right moments. That kill onto Bunny was crucial there for the side of Reminiscence. They were able to make use of it, and Hayden might have used the beat a little bit too early on that engage. So unfortunately, MI7 weren't able to hold that. But now we go over to Control Center, and we already see the Reinhardts being locked. It's going to come down to what other heroes these 2 teams are going to play. Right now, Reminiscence showing the DPS line of Mei and Junkrat. MI7 looking like they might try to go for the Symmetra Junkrat. It depends on what Laura switches to, but definitely could be an entertaining match of the brawl here as we see both teams come out of the spawn door. No TPs coming out from Reminiscence, so MI7 are going to be the only ones with a Symmetra on the board.
Yeah, but it looks like Reminiscence doesn't want to fight in this high ground right now. They want to fight on the low ground on point. And a nice ice wall coming out there from Swifters. Actually kind of sections off Genji Main away from the rest of their team, but that ice wall eventually falls. Genji Main getting some health here, but everyone in MI7 gets really low. Tannic B actually falls there right now. This is not a good start here for MI7. They need to have something go their way, but Genji Main falling out might just mean they have to team wipe here, and it looks like they're going to be team killed.
Yeah, beautiful execution from Rem. The walls from Swifters helping out a lot, just separating the members of MI7, being able to kill out the targets that they need. It's unfortunately impacting them a lot, and you look at the ult charge as well. Neptune almost has a window. Bunny's halfway to one, so Reminiscence really pumping in those heals, making sure everybody can stay alive, and it's working into their favor here. And once again, that Maywall playing dividends here for the side of Reminiscence.
B-Ball Man would have held that charge down. They might have been able to get Genji Main right there, but Swifters finds Hayden out here early. Swifters again, finding an early pick, and the Blizzard comes out. Make it 3, make it 4. They're trying to get another team kill here, and they're going to be able to.
Ouch. That is a brutal start for MI7 right now. Reminiscence, I mean, they did dump 2 big ults into that fight, so that's really the only negative there, but they already have the Riptire, they already have the Shatter, they already have the beat here from Coconut. MI7 do have 4 ults of their own here, so they definitely could make a valiant effort here as they head toward that center area. The tire comes out here from Tannic B, but Genji Main's walled off.
Out right now, it finds 2, it finds the ports. Those are big picks for MI7 here, but they do They do lose Genji Main. B-Ball Man also out, but the tire from Music Addicts finds 2 right back. Bunny, though, able to find Swifters now. It is a battle of just Music Addicts versus Bunny and Tanikby. Tanikby able to win that fight there. However, we will see Reminiscence contest here. Coconut comes wall riding back on that rollout, able to get back to point in time, but after 72%, MI7 captures the point for the first time, and they are close to 1 ultimate right now. Reminiscence has 1 ultimate ready to go, so this next fight here could be a pretty dry fight, and we could see Reminiscence even pop this beat here just to try to get something going.
Yeah, definitely Reminiscence. They also can find the wall here onto Genji Main and just separate him off from the rest of the team.
Music Addicts just lobbing nades in there, not finding anyone yet, but it is B-Ball Man finding Genji Main. The beat does come out. B-Ball Man finds Bunny. Swifters finds Tanic. Reminiscence looking to clean up here. They retake point, and now they're just trying to get rid of the stragglers. B-Ball Man walked straight into that trap. I saw it, means he had to see it.
Yeah, everyone had to see it there, unfortunately, there, as Reminiscence now holding right by the spawn doors. They know this is last fight territory. They just need to win this fight. They have good ults in the bank to be able to do it. The window comes out first from Neptune, and the Blizzard's there too!
It's getting chilly in here right now, but the Immortality Field will keep MI7 alive here. Trades going out each way, but MI7 technically losing that one as they lose Genji Main. Laura falls right after it, and Reminiscence looking to end this map here and now. No one from MI7 will be able to get back in touch. Reminiscence will take the first map in this series.
Very good effort there from Reminiscence. MI7 did have some strong points, but it just wasn't enough to be able to contend against Reminiscence there on the first map. It's noteworthy, the last time these two teams faced off, Reminiscence won all the control maps. So there definitely is potential here for MI7 to bounce back. It is a first to 4. You have to go at least, or you can go a maximum to 7 or 8 maps. So we'll see how these two teams are able to bring it out as it goes on. Of course, map choice is now going to be going to the hands of MI7 as they do get to choose for our escort map, I'm pretty sure, or a hybrid map. Hybrid map first, I'm pretty sure. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what they decide to go for here, what's going to work out into their favor, and how they're going to be able to make it work in the aftermath.
Yeah, one thing I want to kind of continue on there, you said Reminiscence has always won all the control maps. There's a lot of new players on both these teams here, so Reminiscence just keeping up consistency. Every time they face MI7, they're always able to win control maps, so it's a good start for them, but MI7 really did put up a really good fight. It just seemed like those last 2 points were not necessarily their points.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they definitely showed a strong presence there on Lijiang Night Garden. Night Market, not Night Garden. It's been a long day. Night Market. They showed a strong presence on Night Market, but weren't able to really keep up the tempo when it came to Garden. They brought it close, but weren't able to close it out. And then on Control Center, it just seemed like they struggled a little bit in the Reinhardt duel. So we definitely could see some changes coming out here from the side of MI7. And obviously, with the map choice being either Paraiso, Eichenwald, or Blizzard World, we'll have to see what the choice is going to be here from MI7 and how they want to try to adapt their comp style to be able to work into the next map.
Well, I would love to see Blizz World come out. I feel like it's a map we don't see a lot, and it's a really good map in my opinion. I feel like we will see Eichenwald come out here, just because I feel like it's both teams are probably kind of comfortable with that one, and that would be the map that I would expect to see here. And it is Eichenwald.
Yeah, there you go. The second you said that, we got word that Eichenwald is the next map. That is MI7's map choice here, which we did see them try to resort to that brawl when it came to the start of those fights. Mostly wanted to roll out on the brawl, eventually then switched over to that wrecking ball composition, so this seems like it could be a very good comfort map here for the side of MI7. Reminiscence also are making a swap coming in here to map number 2. Train is coming in for B-Ball Man, so that's a tank swap coming in. So we'll have to see how that difference in tank style is going to work here for Reminiscence, if they're going to be able to keep up the tempo as much as they were able to with B-Ball Man in the lineup, which B-Ball Man, I mean, for having ball in his name, definitely shows that he's not a ball one trick. Was playing a lot of Reinhardt, was playing a lot of different heroes, and being able to keep the tempo really well up against Reminiscence. Or up against MI7, sorry.
Yeah, and even with B-Ball being in his name, Ball has not necessarily been really in the meta here for a while, so he had to probably learn some other tanks to play right now going in this one. That's why he really showed out on all the tanks he did play on that first map. But going into this map here, I actually kind of expect to see subs coming out from both sides. Train coming in for Reminiscence here, not a shock to me. It is preseason. Try to get everyone out there, try to figure out what comps work best for each map here. So I would also expect to see some swaps coming in here for MI7, but we haven't been told that yet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, MI7 have 6 players on their lineup. It is Tranquility rule that you have to play every one of your players at least twice in 2 maps in an actual series. It doesn't matter if it's a normal series or if it's a playoff series for a first to 4. If it's a first to 3, you have to play them at least once before map 3, regardless of which you still have to play a member 2 times. And right now, they only have one person that I could see them swapping in, and has Majestic on the side of MI7. So we'll see if Majestic comes in at a different time. But for now, it's the same roster that we're seeing, which is Lore, Hayden, Bunny, TanicB, and Genji main. So we'll see if it works into their favor. And who knows, Majestic may not be here for the preseason finals. They could be waiting for the regular season. Speaking of which, make sure you stay tuned next week. On Tuesday, the regular season begins with our Harmony Tier North American match. It's going to be one heck of a season. The 10th season of Tranquility. We've officially hit the double digits. No, do not call it Season X, or else I will come to your house and yell at your face. Regardless of which, we're heading into Eichenwald here, which is our second match of the night. And we'll have to see what both of these teams are packing here, and which one's going to be able to take the advantage heading into our third map.
I will call it Season X just so I can give you that challenge of trying to figure out where I live. But, going into this one right now, I hate myself too. But going into this one right now, Reminiscence picking this map. MI7 gets to pick sides. Normally, I would go with defense. No, my bad. Other way around. MI7 picked this map. Reminiscence gets to pick side. Normally, I would expect Reminiscence to come out here on the defense, but they want to keep that momentum up from when they're on Lijiang Tower. Looks like they're going to be on the attacking side first.
Yeah, it's going to be Reminiscence on the attacking side here, right now showing that sort of Rhine composition, but that could change as time goes on. More focus on MI7 composition. Stock Standard Brawl. This is literally a composition that you could see when you were in Overwatch 1, apart from the fact that you're missing your D.Va or Zarya, but we don't talk about the lack of one tank in this game. What do you mean where's the second tank? I don't know what you're talking about. Regardless, MI7 proving that they want to stick with this Stock Standard Brawl. They want to try to play this Brawl comp as best as possible, wall out people with TanicB's Mei, be able to find damage with Lore's Cassidy, and hope the god Genji main can initiate that MTD as Reminiscence come out with the same composition, albeit Music Addicts is on the Junkrat instead of the Cassidy.
Yeah, we saw how good Music Addicts did on that Junkrat there on Control Center of Lijiang Tower. I expect to kind of see the exact same thing coming out here early, and kind of strange that MI7 just let Reminiscence walk straight through it, but we do see Genji may get trapped there. However, the Immortality Field comes out to keep him alive, and now it's just a hammer fight on point right now. Each Reinhardt just looking for someone to find. Instead, now we see a pin coming out here from Genji main. Laura and Hayden, though, doing a lot of damage right now for MI7, and MI7 will win this first team fight here.
Hayden being able to find 2 or 3 picks in that fight is not what I had on my bingo card, but here we are. Hayden being able to show up when it matters, find those crucial final blows, and help MI7 recover from what seemed like a very shaky start. So great job there from Hayden. Wonderful work really from the support line of MI7, just keeping everybody up, being able to initiate these fights and make sure that they can walk away successful. Now Reminiscence coming back in this fight. They're close to that Earth Shatter, but the same can be said about MI7.
But here comes the Earth Shatter. It finds 2. Now the damage finish comes out from Bunny right here. TanicB able to find 2 right back. You already see Reminiscence trying to run away. TanicB finds a 3rd right there, and 2 team fights down. MI7 dominant so far here on Eichenwald.
You definitely can tell that this Brawl is what MI7 is more comfortable in. Definitely have a lot of stance on this Brawl comp. Genji main, been in Trank since Season 8. Definitely a very good Reinhardt specialist. Definitely making it work here for MI7 as Reminiscence start pushing forward, taking the left side with that Blizzard and Window first.
Blizzard window coming out. Here comes the Blizzard from TanicB as well. TanicB able to find one. High New coming out here from Lore, not able to find anyone, but TanicB continues just to raise hell on that Mei, which is kind of ironic because Mei uses ice, but 2 more kills coming out from MI7. They're looking for the first team kill here, and they're gonna be able to get it as Genji main takes care of Neptune there.
I mean, you could say Mei is raising hell. Many people have called Mei Satan, and who knows, hell could have risen over in this future. But regardless of which, good initiation there from MI7, using that Blizzard at the same time as Reminiscence to deny the level of aggression that Reminiscence are trying to initiate here. But now Reminiscence have a very heavy ult bank. They have the Shatter, the Tire, and the Beat here to sustain. Now they're once again pushing on this left side. They want to try to win this fight as they only have a minute and a half left in the bank.
I imagine this tire is going to be used here pretty soon. Here it comes out from Music Addicts. It has to be huge. Has to find at least 1 or 2 members. The beat is forced out here by Hayden. That tire's still alive. Does not find anyone. Train pops the shatter. They're only able to find one, but they do confirm that 1 kill. They're onto Hayden. This is the first little sign of life we've seen from Reminiscence so far this attacking round. Music Addicts finds Laura, but Bunny comes right back and finds Swifter. Music Addicts, though, 2 kills with the mine. Genji main, though, trying to keep their team alive in this one, but it's a 3v1 here. They're getting pinned. Train takes them out. Now we see Hayden back on the Lucio, but it's a 1v3, and that's never a winning situation.
It is not indeed. Good initiation there from Reminiscence. Music Addicts, noteworthy, was on MI7 last season, so definitely getting their revenge on the opposing team, being able to show up when it matters. So Reminiscence able to take the first point with the heroics of Music Addicts on that Junkrat. MI7 did invest a lot into that, but they're going to be able to get this gate close hold. That is perfect. The card stops here for a bit, and MI7 are going to be able to have an initiation to try and hold this point.
Here comes another blizzard from Tanakby right now, but it looks like everyone on Reminiscence was able to get out and not be affected by it except for Train. Music Addicts falls right back. Genji main on a tear right now with that hammer, finds 2, and that's essentially another kind of team fight won here by MI7, and this is valuable time being eaten out of this time bank.
It definitely is valuable time, and also a very tricky spot here for Reminiscence. There's really no way to get this cart moving unless you go through the center. You can't really push anywhere. There's only really one flank route, and it's very difficult to make work. So Reminiscence, they need to try to force their way through, and that's a good pick on Bunny to do so.
Yeah, the tire came out there from Music Addicts. Now the damage is coming out from Neptune. Neptune able to help, I believe. Swifters there, find 1 kill. But now MI7 just going to try to hold this fight as long as they possibly can. The shatter does come out from Genji main. It finds Train. High noon kills from Lord. 2 Lore. Make it 4. Tanakby finds the 5th 4-team kill.
There is your best hit scan winner in Season 9, popping off when it matters. Lore has always been the clutch factor here on MI7. Great to see him back on this lineup and proving that he still has that magic in him. Great job there from MI7 to be able to sustain through that, even though they lost their Baptiste first. And this wall on the train is going to make Reminiscence's life way harder. Oh man, Dex, it's a terror in the hallway.
Don't want to be in a close quarters fight when a dude is holding a giant hammer around right there. Already less than 90 seconds left to go now for Reminiscence to get as much as they can on this cart or push it to the second point here on Eichenwald. MI7 does have a couple ultimates to play here here. They have a blizzard. The same can be said for Reminiscence. Here comes the damage mix out here from Bunny. Immediately gets walled off. And look what that does to Reminiscence. Actually, it forces the blizzard out. Hayden, Genji main, Tanakby all fall due to it, and the blizzard does come out from Tanakby as well, but there's no one there to answer anything from that one. And MI7 now trying to run away. Bunny here trying to take care of Music Addicts, but Music Addicts' grenade will be able to take care of them. And now Reminiscence finally has a little bit of comfort here and just quiet to push this cart.
And definitely there was a good stance there from Reminiscence. When that blizzard came out, Coconut saved the beat, and that could be crucial here. As only 30 seconds remain, Reminiscence cannot mess up this final push, or else they're not going to be able to get into the castle portion of Eichenwald. MI7 want to try to take this bridge section, make sure that there's nobody in their backline trying to poke them from afar, as now they're trying to make the engage right back on the cart and stop it from entering the gates.
Damage meter comes out. Ice wall comes up there from Tanakby. The beat comes out from MI7. Here comes a shatter. It's huge. And find 3. Genji main already deleted off the map. So is Bunny. They get booped off the map. Now they're just waiting for Tanakby to come out of the ice block there. And now MI7 just slowly having it fall apart on them. Yeah, it will go into overtime. But Reminiscence will get the second point and give them 90 seconds left to go in this map.
Yeah, Reminiscence being able to sustain on that cart much better. The shatter was big there from Train, being able to turn the tide there, find the picks that was necessary, and now Reminiscence in the castle phase. This is their bread and butter, especially with those May walls that they could try to use here. We'll see how it's able to work as Swifters initiates the first wall and boots up Lore up to the high ground. That's a perfect spot for High Noon.
Yeah, but now the high noon coming out here from Music Addicts. They're trying to run around this corner here. They're not able to find anyone as Genji main takes care of 2. Make it 3. That ice wall just coming up a little bit too late there from Swifters. And Genji main going on the offensive here. Laura able to find Neptune there and Coconut. This is just eating that time bank away right now in MI7. Just building up their ultimates right now. However, Reminiscence will come back into this next engagement with a blizzard. Those have been huge for them so far this map. They have, honestly, the only reason they got that second point was because of a great blizzard coming out from Swifters.
Yeah, definitely, and also you have Music Addict switching over to the Junkrat. The castle portion of Eichenwald is extremely close quarters, but you lose Swifters that early here means that you're not going to have your mate for this next fight, but now Bunny's out of the picture. There's definitely a potential here for Reminiscence to save this.
Yeah, but Laura going incredible. Another Blizzard coming out from Tanakby. Music Addict, so finds two in the middle of the Blizzard from MI7. Tanakby able to find one, though. Reminiscence might just be keeping themselves alive. Off of that, they're going to be able to get back to the car. You're seeing MI7 try to run away. Tanakby, Hayden trying their best just to get out there. Music Addict's able to get rid of that immortality field, but MI7 able to fall back. It has now crossed over into overtime. Reminiscence cannot lose a fight here, and they have ultimates to play with.
They have 4 ultimates in the bank here. It's just going to come down to how well MI7 can regulate these ults. They have nothing in the bank. Not good considering Genji Maid's out of the picture. So's Buddy!
Oh, what a perfect use of that amplification matrix. Swifters just sends one ice shard through there and immediately puts one through the head of Bunny. And now Reminiscence trying to clean up the remaining members of MI7 here. They're trying to get up to Laura. Laura's going to try to contest this, but it's a Cassidy against the entirety of them. Now we see Genji Maid come back at the shatter comes out from Train, able to knock a couple down. Just kills continue to go the way of Reminiscence here. It has ticked over into overtime right now. MI7 desperately trying to get back, but their numbers are few and they keep on falling. Reminiscence trying to do it. A double tire for Music Addicts will seal the deal. They complete Eichenwald.
This next song is called Die, and that's what Music Addicts decided to put on the table there. Reminiscence, beautiful job just bringing in the swaps were very well coordinated. They had really good coordination when it came to those overtime situations, and they were just able to exploit MI7 in the best ways possible. So really good job from Reminiscence to be able to make a situation that looked dire at the beginning turn into a full cap here. And now, even though there's 0 time in the bank, that means that MI7 has to get to the end of Eichenwald, and if they do it with over a minute, then they can at worst draw the map. If they do it under a minute, we go to 2 overtime rounds, which could mean a good push here for Reminiscence. So we'll see what both of these teams are planning here on the defense. Reminiscence look like they want to try to stick with... No, they don't. Okay.
You spoke a little bit too soon there.
I mean, I did speak a little bit too soon. I usually just say that stuff because I expect them to switch on this, but they're playing the spam composition. We saw them run on Li Zhang, Train now on the Wrecking Ball, Swifters on the Pharah, Music Addicts on the Tracer, and then you have the Kariko Mercy line that we've seen from Neptune and Coconut. This could actually work because, I mean, when you're playing against a Brawl comp, your goal is to try to separate the enemy team. And what better way to separate the enemy team than with the most heavy blast area damage pick in the game? A hero that literally just constantly rolls through you and disrupts your enemy lines. This could work here for Reminiscence. It's all going to be on how MI7 are going to react to it. They do have this Cassidy from Laura that can shut down Swifters on that Pharah, so it's going to be determining on how well MI7 can react to Reminiscence's comp and make advantage of it.
Yeah, but look at this. They already wall up their own tank there, Swifters, and Music Addicts find the support line. And now this just looks like it's going to be a quick team wipe, making an incredibly fast team wipe. 20 seconds out the gate, we already have a team kill.
That has to be a record in Discord tier. 20 seconds, and you already find your first team kill. And MI7 already switching up their entire composition. Now the Sombra, Echo, Ball, and Mercy are in the play here for MI7. They don't want to go with this Brawl comp anymore. Reminiscence, however, they still are sticking with this, and they already have that ult advantage. Swifter's already 50%, but a big pick from Tanakby to start the fight.
Yeah, but we might see the res come out here. Actually, no, Coconut's going to stick here with Swifters, not going to get this Kariko back in the fight. And we do see Tanakby going after Coconut right there, but they're expertly dodging around there. Genji main, though, able to beat Train there in that ball duel to start off. Tanakby finds Swifters. Now they're going after the Mercy. They find Mercy. They also find Music Addicts. So it'll be a quick point cap here for MI7 compared to what Reminiscence did.
Yeah, Tanakby being able to show up there mattered when it most on the Echo, and already is doing a lot of damage into the ult bank here for Reminiscence. I mean, obviously, look at this. Reminiscence also swapping up their composition. Swifters is now on the Soldier, and Train is on the Diva, so it looks like Reminiscence just constantly switching. It seems like it's just playing a rock, paper, scissors game at this point. Wouldn't be surprised if we continue seeing this throughout the rest of the match, as that cart is not moving. I hope someone will realize that's not moving. Hopefully Hayden is the one, considering it's the Lucio, but still, MI7 want to try to take put as much damage as possible into Reminiscence so they can push this card forward. Oh!
Let's just see now. We're at about 20 seconds from the moment you finally talked about, and there. 22 seconds later, they finally started pushing that card. Now the Vibes are going to come out here from the duplicated Tanakby. They definitely have their sights set there on Neptune. They just have to run past Train, they're not able to find anyone with that duplication ultimate there, but able to find a couple people before it. But now, MI7 gave up a lot of valuable time there to try to win a team fight. And just because they forgot about the cart, they still have to wait for gates to open, and we could see Reminiscence come right back out here and contest this spot again.
I mean, we definitely could. Obviously, it's going to be difficult here considering TanicB has already found the kill on the Music Addicts, and TanicB right now is just creating a absolute mess here for the side of Rem, just spewing all of their blood across the floor. It's Swifters having to show up with the tactical visor before anything is done, but MI7 are still investing into this.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see the EMP come out there. We also see the Minefield come out from Genji main, but the Kasuni Rush coming out here from Neptune's going to try to keep their team up here for a little bit. However, Genji main able to find Coconut. We see the stick come out onto Hayden. Bye-bye Lucio for MI7, but Genji main continues to pick up kills. Now look at that. That's a good kind of wipe there coming from MI7. They just have to get rid of Train. Train not going to drop the bomb there. Just going to accept death, hold on to that bomb, because other than the bomb they have coming up here, they only really have the Valkyrie coming up for Coconut, and you just saw Swifters and Music Addicts making 2 more swaps.
Yeah, definitely. Now we see Swifters on the Tracer, Music Addict switching over to the Cassidy. I believe we saw the Tracer earlier I believe we saw Music Addicts on the Tracer before, so now they're just making it so now they can have that Cassidy. Probably Swifters does not have Cassidy in his hero pool. Regardless of which, Reminiscence, they want to try to hold this castle. They want to try to stop this Echo Mercy comp that has been terrorizing their comp, and is still terrorizing their comp. Coconut's dead to TanicB again!
Yeah, but right there you see Music Addicts find Bunny. Now TanicB not going to be able to get a bomb off here, but they might be able to get the remake, and they're actually able to punch Music Addicts to death there. However, they're still not going to be able to get a bomb from this duplication. However, getting the 1 kill there on the Music Addicts will be able to keep them alive and potentially maybe even get them this point here. However, Coconut is able to just fly all the way over there and res Music Addicts. However, they don't live much longer after I said that. Lore takes them out, but Swifter's coming back in, finding 2 quick kills. Bunny able to res Lore there to get them back in this one. Swifters trying to do their best to find some kills here on that Tracer, but now we're starting to see some more members of Reminiscence come back out. You do see Train now over on the Reinhardt. You do see Neptune there trying to support, and they're doing damage here. Another EMP comes out. Lore and Genji main, only ones there for MI7, but Genji main finds kills. Music Addicts though able to find Lore. TanicB back in this fight. This has been a very long and drawn out team fight, but Reminiscence will come out on top.
That was the definition of scrappy that we just saw there between MI7 and Reminiscence. It literally was back and forth at every single angle. It came down to one decisive team fight, and MI7 were unable to hit the cards in their favor. And now they've expended all of their ult bank, but Reminiscence have kind of done the same. Swifters is built up to another Pulse Bomb. Neptune's going to have this Kitsune Rush, and now MI7 switching over back to the Brawl composition, to the tried and true, trying to push that cart through the gates of the Eichenwald Castle.
Yeah, but look at this. MI7 is trying to get back to this car as fast as they can. Train almost taken out there. Gonna be taken out there. Genji main finds Coconut as well. Lore finds the 3rd. Music Addicts so able to find 1 right back. Now it's just up to Music Addicts against 4 members of MI7, and that's a losing fight every time. And MI7, 2.5 minutes. Remember, Reminiscence only had 1.5 minutes, so let's see if this extra minute that they have here plays any difference.
It definitely could make a difference here. MI7 are walking in with almost 6 ults on the board. Hayden is the lowest ult percentage at 46. And Reminiscence are once again making swaps. They switch now over to the Brawl composition with this Junkrat and Music Addicts. We see magical things happen from this Junkrat and Music Addicts, so we'll see if he's able to make another Fantasia story here. But Swifter's already out of the fight is going to be difficult.
Yeah, that Immortality Field coming out just a little bit late there. Train also falling. This gives MI7 a lot of momentum here. We do have the High Noon ready for Lore as well. Bunny, though, going to pop that damage matrix early in this fight. Music Addicts falls, and now that Fire Strike, that does a lot of damage to the bolts of the ports for Reminiscences. We see MI7 here about to have 4 ultimates ready. They could end this team. They could end this round here right now if they so want to. The Blizzard gonna come out here early. We're gonna see Train get frozen. Same thing with Coconut, but the beat does come out from Coconut to keep them alive. However, Neptune's out. Now the beat comes out from Hayden, and look at that kill feed. It's lighting up blue for MI7. 1:29 left in the time bank, and it will only be 1 round is all we're gonna see from overtime.
The worst MI7 can get right now is a draw, and that's the best Reminiscence can get as well. Rem have already lost this map. The best they could do is try to draw it out and make sure that MI7 cannot even up the series heading into our escort map here. But definitely a strong showing there from MI7. Once again showing the Brawl is their playhouse. They like this Brawl composition. They don't care if your enemy team is running a Junkrat. They are going to be able to aggress right into you and being able to run it into their favor. So we'll see what the move is here from MI7. How they're going to be able to respond to this. Reminiscence instead running the Brawl composition this time. They're not going to be running the ball composition we saw them on before. So we'll see how the playstyle is going to change here from the side of Reminiscence, how they're going to adapt to the different situation, and how they're going to be able to try and stop MI7 in their tracks. It is 1 minute and 30 seconds here for the side of MI7, so they don't have a lot of time in the world, but we'll have to see if they're able to try to break through Reminiscence's hold on this objective and try to get that 33% that they need in order to win the second map in our series.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see Reminiscence come out on this Brawl comp here. Essentially, it is a straight-up mirror map, but a mirror match coming out. But remember, Reminiscence came out on that ball first last time, and it worked out great. But it worked out great for one team fight, and then it all fell apart. They need to have some. They need to come out with this comp here, just because this is probably the best comp here that they can go into MI7's mirror match here.
Absolutely, big wall coming out here from Tanigby. That could be the decider, but the immortality field's there from Neptune.
But Swifters falls, and now MI7 could hit that go button. There's going to be no more ice walls coming out, and we do see Train getting incredibly low. Tanigby takes him out. This is already looking to be the beginning of the end. Coconut out, Neptune out, Music Addicts out. Swifters going to try to come back on the Tracer, but will just be a little bit too slow, and MI7 quickly ends it here on Eichenwald to even this series up at 1.
Very good aggression coming out there from MI7. The wall coming out there from Tanigby was perfect. Being able to turn the tide there. And this man right here, Mr. Lore, again, your Season 9 Best Hit Scan winner, proving once again he has not lost his touch. This flanking Deadeye from the back finds both supports, finds the third, then finds the fourth on the Music Addicts. There is a reason Lore is considered one of the best players in Tranquility, and there is no doubt that his skill is once again showing here in Season 10, once again for MI7. Now heading into our hybrid map here, or our escort map. That was just our hybrid map. Our escort map is next, and it's Reminiscence's choice here. So they have a very interesting, situation here where this has happened before. Again, you go back to the Discord tier grand finals last season. Reminiscence won the first map in a 2-1 situation. MI7 won the second map in overtime. So we could very well see a repeat of what we saw in that matchup. But regardless of which, looking at the maps that you have here, at Route 66, Shambali Monastery, and Watchpoint Gibraltar are the choices here for Reminiscence. So we'll see what the move is here as we are seeing a swap coming out from MI7. I teased it before. Majestic is coming out in for Hayden in this next map for MI7. But what does Reminiscence choose here, Dex?
What was the map pool again? Because normally I would say we would expect to see Circuit Royale here, but I didn't hear you say that.
I do not believe Circuit Royale is in the map pool. It is Route 66, Shambali Monastery, and Watchpoint Gibraltar. That is your map pool.
My feeling is with those three maps, we're going to see Route. I feel like Shambali is too new for any of these teams to say, hey, we're going to go into that one. And Watchpoint Gibraltar, I just feel like it has a lot of people who just don't like it that much.
I mean, yeah, Gibraltar is an interesting map, but that's what Reminiscence are going to be picking here, which this makes sense. We've seen a lot of Brawl coming out from MI7, and they've proven that they are a Brawl-centric team. So what do? You run the dive map. That seems the most, easiest solution here for Reminiscence. We've seen them play a lot of that Wrecking Ball, and what do you know? B-Ball Man is coming back in for Train on this next map, so they definitely want to commit to that Wrecking Ball or even the Winston. We saw a tiny glimpse of a Winston there from B-Ball Man on Lijiang, I'm pretty sure. So we could see the Winston here on Watchpoint Gibraltar, but this definitely seems like the answer to MI7's compositions that we're running. But who knows? We have not seen MI7 at full capacity. We very well could see a good dive composition like a Winston or a Wrecking Ball or anything of that sort coming out from the Season 9 runner-ups.
Yeah, and make it batting 500% now on map picks. But, like you said, this is a good dive map. And right now, Reminiscence coming back into this one needs to have something go their way. Picking this map, probably going to be on offense to start here. So going to try to come out with a fast start here. Dive onto that high ground, either having it be that one far in the back on the initial start, or onto that little bridge there with that Winston. Maybe even see the Symmetra come out just to try to teleport your team up there. You probably won't stick on the Symmetra. It will probably only be for a TP. But that's kind of what I expect to see from the attacking team here at the start.
Yeah, definitely. We could see many different compositions here. Obviously, you obviously mentioned one of the most popular sort of strategies you use. Teleport all your supports to the high ground, make it so they have that advantage to start off. But we could see many other different strategies. I've definitely seen my fair share of awkward strategies that shouldn't work, but do work on Watchpoint Gibraltar. So we'll see if those go in here, as we're going to be heading into the map here fairly shortly to start our third map. And then after that, it's halftime. So whoever wins this map is going to be going up 2-1 in halftime. And looking at a pretty good situation heading into what is going to be our next few maps. So it's going to be our push map, and then we go back to control and start the rotation all over again. Minus, I believe, the hybrid map, but I'd have to check on that one more time. It might actually be the push map. Regardless of which, it's going to be one. We still are in for one heck of a show. The action's just gotten started, and we're only an hour in.
Yeah, it looks like we're going into the map now. Like you said, we could see some weird comps come out here that aren't supposed to work but end up working. And a lot of times they work just because the other team doesn't expect them at all. And I would love to see that, but I feel like we're gonna be kind of seeing what we were talking about, the normal kind of dive comp coming out from that attacking team, while the defensive team will try to do something that is counter dive, maybe come out with a Reaper to start just to try to counter that Winston as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. We could see Reaper compositions here, but I feel like both teams will be trying to stick to mainly a Tracer, maybe an Echo and a Pharah. We have seen Swifters on the Pharah and Tanic B on the Echo put up insane value and constantly bring their team to victory, so we could very well see that here. And what do you know? That's not what I see. That's Music Addicts on the Echo, not on the Pharah. Nobody's on the Pharah so far, but it's interesting to see here so far. Right now, Laura is on the Sojourn, and considering MI7's on the defense, we're going to be seeing our first Sojourn here in the Discord tier finals, which is interesting to see how long it's taken. Regardless, MI7 on your traditional dive composition, Tanic B on the Tracer, Genji main on the Winston for the first time today, Majestic on the Mercy, and Bunny on that Kariko. Reminiscence looking like they want to go for a very similar composition, albeit Coconut on the Zen, maybe switching off of that. We'll see if he decides to keep it, but now Music Addicts on the Genji, trying to go for those Dragon Blades.
I was going to say, the Zen might not be a bad pick here, but you immediately see them swap over to Lucio, so sometimes I just have to keep my mouth shut. But you immediately see Reminiscence come out of the gate here and start pushing this cart. I imagine we're going to see B-Ball Man make a jump up here soon to try to break up this high ground hold that MI7 has. Instead, it's actually Genji main making the jump first and forcing the DPS and the one support off the high ground there from Reminiscence. Now Music Addicts get a dive in, get some damage there. Genji main, or B-Ball Man, able to join them up there now, but that high ground pressure that MI7 has is still there at the moment.
Yeah, right now MI7 just being able to hold this high ground as the car enters through car wash here. So Reminiscence looking to try to break this stronghold, but Genji main dropping extremely low means that hold's gonna be broken, especially with Tanic B also out of the picture.
Yeah, now, like, Laura's going to stick on this high ground. They do have a pocket there with Majestic, but they both fall. Actually, it's Genji main who falls and Majestic. Laura, though, able to find one. Music Addicts, though, able to find them right back. And a very quick first point cap there from Reminiscence. 5.5 minutes in that time bank right now. And Bunny gets that unfortunate spawn, not able to get away. And we'll have to just stagger out here a little bit right now.
You're seeing it here, folks. Genji, when able to be in the right environment, does work. So please stop telling your ranked teammates to switch off of Genji, especially when I'm that. Regardless of which, we do see Reminiscence pushing really well. They're able to take that aggression very well, but unfortunately, Music Addicts falling this early means that there might be an opportunity here for MI7 to start pushing forward. And what do you know? I feel like that was a caster curse by saying Genji works.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that, but you brought it up. Laura, though, able to find Neptune right back. Genji main does have his Primal Rage ready to go here, but they do find Coconut, and Laura's so close to that overclock right now, but you start to see Reminiscence here fall back as they are losing numbers, and they lose Swifters there, so it'll be a little bit of a stagger now. A good kind of recollect here by MI7 to win that team fight.
Yeah, definitely. Good job there from MI7 to be able to re-engage. And the big thing is they had to use 0 ults because they were able to find that first pick. So we're looking like we're going to be having a 10 ult situation heading into this next fight. Okay, maybe the next fight because Coconut's already dead. Reminiscence are down one of their support players, and they're probably going to have to wait for Coconut to come back before they start pushing in. Never mind, Tank used the Pulse Bomb. We don't have any 10-0 fights this next fight.
Still, make it 9. But right now, I mean, MI7 still holding on to this hold right now, and they're in a very good spot right now. Reminiscence has to make the first move here, but Swifter able to find Tanakby out, but Genji Main comes right back and finds Music Addicts. Now, both monkeys do have their Primal Rage ready to go here, so whenever those monkeys get really low on health, you might see them pop it out, but Swifters falls there to a railgun shot from Laura. MI7 still just doing a very good job watching all these entrance points here to this second part of the map.
They definitely are doing a good job watching these corridors, making sure that Reminiscence can't push in. I'm trying to figure out how they're going to use this Dragon Blade for Music Addicts. I assume it's going to be the Kitsune Rush and Blade because you're able to swipe faster, or the Beat Blade. That can also work. Keep the Genji alive longer so you can try to get more swipes in.
Beat Blade also, the Pulse Bomb comes out. Music Addicts able to only find one with that ultimate, but it does stop Laura, who did pop their overclock as well, so that ultimate's gone as well. Now here comes the Kitsune Rush from Reminiscence. They might want to win this point here and now. MI7 is going to try to do their best to deny them, but Genji Main, the only one with an ultimate left to go right now, as everyone else at MI7 has used them. Tank though, able to find Coconut Majestic out of this one already. Laura comes back in, finds Neptune, so no supports, and now only one DPS for Reminiscence. Tank trying to do as much damage as they possibly can there, but now we do see B-Ball Man pop that Primal Rage. They are just throwing hands at anyone they can find, but now towards the end of that ultimate, they're just deciding to jump out.
A 5-ult fight for Reminiscence, and they weren't able to cap the point. That is kind of tragic, honestly. Reminiscence had some potential there, but just weren't able to initiate on it. Find that first pick on the Laura, yes, but weren't able to get rid of anybody else, really, for the most part, until it was really late in the fight, and Laura was coming back. So now it's going to be on this next fight. It's going to have to be a dry fight, apart from Swifter's Pulse Bomb, maybe, but Reminiscence need to act, and they need to try to push this cart through that gate in order to try and continue their push.
I mean, you talk about Swifter's Pulse Bomb. How about Tanakby finding one with their own Pulse Bomb right there? And Laura comes right back with a railgun shot onto B-Bomb. And yeah, Swifters might have that Pulse Bomb ready to go by the time this next fight starts off. And they do find Tanakby here. Let's see if they actually do anything with this. We have seen some of these players be a little bit too aggressive. However, it has worked out for them sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. MI7 could potentially, does have a good hold here. Reminiscence do have some ults in the bank. You mentioned Swifter's Pulse Bomb, already looking for Bunny, trying to force out that Kariko Suzu most likely before they initiate the Pulse Bomb throw. Music Addicts wants to try to go for this high ground as well, but still, now Swifter's got to fight. Your Pulse Bomb is gone, dead, nada.
Zilch, any other words, that means 0. But Music Addicts comes right back and finds Majestic. That's a good pickoff for Reminiscence here to start. But now 3 kills coming the way of MI7. The Kitsune Rush comes out. Lore finds one with their overclock right there. Tanakby finds Neptune. Swifter is the only one not going to fall in this one because they fell before the fight really even started.
Yeah, definitely. MI7, good ability to be able to recuperate there, but they use 2 very crucial ult at the same time, being that Kitsune Rush and the overclock. Reminiscence are coming into this fight with 4 ults of their own. B-Ball Man is almost building up to a 5th here, so there is potential for Reminiscence to do this. We saw the last time they had 5 ults online. It could go either way here, as already Music Addicts out of the fight. It's going to be even more difficult now with that.
Yeah, and I wonder if Reminiscence might hold back a little bit here, try to get Music Addicts back in this one here, because those 5 ultimates can be very, very scary. Genji Main, Majestic, and Tanakby are going to have ultimates coming into this next fight for MI7, but that's a huge pick. Laura with help there from B-Ball Man finds one. Laura finds a second one as well. This is just going to eat into that time back. Tanakby's Pulse Bomb finds B-Ball Man, and look at MI7. They're being very aggressive here, but Reminiscence, 5 ultimates ready to go. If they can't win a team fight with all 5 of those ultimates, they don't deserve to continue this map.
Switchers is going to be able to touch that card. Does have the Pulse Bomb online as well. This Pulse Bomb has to make the difference here for Reminiscence. It is the determiner between life and death. If this Pulse Bomb doesn't stick onto an impactful target, it's over. Sticks onto Genji Man, but he has the Primal Rage to counter it.
We have now ticked over into overtime. The Kitsune Rush being used by Neptune, and now the other Primal Rage coming out from Reminiscence here. We do see Majestic pop that Valkyrie. Music Addicts does find the first kill in this fight. Now the beat comes out. All but one ultimate has been used by Reminiscence here. The res almost comes out there, but just gets canceled. Music Addicts now using that 5th ultimate there. Finds 2. They're looking for a 3rd, but Kogan able to find that 3rd. Reminiscence looking like they're going to be able to stay alive here. They find Lore. Now there's only one more member on point from MI7. It was Tanakby. They will fall there. It's a team clean kill, but they did cap point in overtime. Only 90 seconds now, and that time bank is already ticking down.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be difficult here for Reminiscence to try and push this cart all the way to the rocket at the end of the road, but definitely a good recovery there, and they're going to have another pulse bomb coming up here from Swifters, able to build that pulse bomb incredibly fast after that last fight, so we'll see what the engage strategy is going to be here from MI7. They're going to have this overclock once again online, the Kitsune Rush from Bunny. They just have to be able to not layer too many of these ults on top, or you can just find the first kill on the Beemo Man and already take the advantage in the tank fight, but the pulse bomb! Oh no!
Oh, that just opens this fight up for Reminiscence. This is just free push for them right now. They won't complete this map right now unless we see a couple more incredible plays come out, but Reminiscence has no ultimates. MI7 has 3. Those 3 have to be big for them right now. It's going to start with a Kitsune Rush from Bunny right now. Here comes the overclock from Lore. 1 down, 2 down right now. They're about to make it 3. Actually, no, we do see Reminiscence tank their B-Ball Man fall back, so it's not going to be 3. Smart fallback there from B-Ball Man that will keep them alive, but they do lose Neptune.
Yeah, definitely Neptune dying late is going to be difficult here for Reminiscence. Neptune will be able to travel back there with the Swift Steps, so we'll see. Reminiscence are willing to try to push into this. They only have that Kitsune Rush and maybe the Blade online. MI7 going to try to hold as close as possible to stop that push from coming in, but it's going to be once again Swifters being the heroine and being the hero and stepping on that point first as overtime is triggered for Reminiscence, and the Primal Rage is popped early by Genji Main.
Canopy also used their Pulse Bomb there to not find anything with an Kitsune Rush coming out here from Neptune. Beat also ready for Coconut and the Blade coming out from Music. And look at that, 3 kills going the way of Reminiscence here to start. Lore does find 1. Now the 4th out for MI7. Make it the 5th. Reminiscence will again complete a map in overtime.
If I had a nickel for every time Reminiscence were able to complete the map with 0 minutes on the time bank, I'd have 2 nickels, which is very odd, but it's very odd that it happened twice. It's not a lot of money, but you know what? Very awkward. Still, good effort for Reminiscence to come out in that clutch factor. They've proven that they're able to come out when it matters the most, and it seems to be working so far for them. MI7 seeming to stumble a little bit whenever that clutch factor is initiated from Reminiscence. Now it's going to come down to MI7's push. We saw a lot of strong signs there on points B and C, so hoping we can see that again here. Not a lot of strong performance out of point A. It was pretty easy for Reminiscence to push through that car wash and make it into the shuttle phase, so we'll see what the move is going to be here from MI7. Reminiscence going to be going with the exact same composition we saw MI7 run on the defense here with that Tracer, Sojourn, Winston composition. Never mind, Music Addict switching over to the Genji. I should really stop talking before I see people come out of a spawn room. Regardless of which, we also see a different comp coming out from MI7. Tanic Me once again showing the Pharah. Most likely Genji Main is going to try to go for an early hook here and then try to switch over to a Winston, but we'll see. It definitely could be a quirky strategy that could work here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. But again, all the heroes in that spawn room just switching up. We could see very different compositions when we actually see these teams walk out of the spawn.
I mean, with where Genji Main is right now, it looks like they might be sticking with this Roadhog, and it does look like that's going to be the case here. Tanic might be on cart duty to start. The hook comes out from Genji Main, not able to find anyone with it. Like you said, immediately go back into the spawn, swap over to that Winston, and now it's a mirror match, essentially. Bunny and Coconut really the only ones Break and Music Addict, and wow, I was way off with that statement there, but it's close to a mirror match. But Reminiscence here, gonna try to hold this card a little bit sooner than what MI7 did.
Yeah, of course, I want to try to hold on this high ground here. MI7 trying to peek out from the low ground. Genji Main already taking a lot of damage so far, but look at the ult percentage. That damage is going to good use. Already has an ult advantage over Reminiscence's tank, but now Swifter's out of the fight. Reminiscence proving that they can try to hold this very well here on this first chokehold right before car wash.
But Lore and their railgun shots have been absolutely on a tear so far, finding Swifters out. That's huge. Lore now looking to get rid of B-Ball Man. Genji Main able to take care of Music Addicts, who just took care of Majestic before they got killed there. So even trades going out each way right now. B-Ball Man looking to be a little bit aggressive now, trying to get into the backline, and they do find one there onto Bunny. Tanic B falls as well. Genji Main, though, able to find Coconut. However, they're in an awkward situation right now because they could try to jump away. They're going to be able to and be able to stay alive as well.
Yeah, definitely good bubble play coming out there from Genji Main, just dancing around the bubble, trying to keep themselves alive. But unfortunately, he couldn't keep his Mercy alive. Majestic ends up falling here, but still, MI7 are willing to commit to this. Genji Main has popped the Primal Rage and is just trying to knock everybody back here on this monkey while his teammates are trying to find kills around him.
Lord is able to find Swifters. Tanakby also out as well, so no Tracers left in this fight right now. Here comes the hand from B-Ball Man. Lore pops their overclock here, able to find one, but B-Ball Man able to punch them to death there with their Primal Rage. So an even trade coming up. Bunny, though, able to find Coconut. Tanakby was helping them on that kill. Genji Main able to find Music Addicts as well. So right now, MI7 looking very good here to try to wrap up this first point. They just need to kind of clean up these stragglers. Oh, Swifters almost able to escape. Now we see, I believe, dueling Kasuni rushes coming out here. The beat comes out from Coconut. Majestic hasn't used their ultimate yet of that Valkyrie, but that's really not a lot of sustaining coming out from Majestic right now. But Lord Tanakby able to do a lot of damage. Music Act, though, able to find Majestic to no Valkyrie. This fight, Lore finds Music Addicts, and now they're just trying to get rid of Coconut. They're able to do that. However, they have to deal with Swifters. Now Swifters less than 25 health. Lore takes them out, and that'll be first point cap for MI7.
Might have been a little bit over-ambitious there from Coconut to be able to use the beat, but it did stall out MI7, regardless of which, that's an ultimate Reminiscence probably wants back, as now they're down both of their support ults. They have both DPS ults, but MI7 doing good, being able to push up that cart into the shuttle phase, and now they're starting to take this high ground, or at least trying to take it away from Reminiscence and start continuing this push forward. Big pulse bomb coming out from Swifters. Doesn't look like it connected onto anything significant, or if it did, it was cleansed off, as now the blade comes out from Music Addicts. This has to land.
It has to find a couple kills here, but we're going to see Genji Main pop that Primal Rage just to try to help their team out. Now they're going to be able to find Music Addict, who just accepts their death there and will respawn. I wonder if we're going to see a swap come out from them as well. Majestic did pop their Valkyrie in that fight as well. Did keep their team up a little bit there. Tanakby does find B-Ball Main, and now B-Ball Man, and now MI7 just going to try to push this car as far as they can before we see Reminiscence recontest.
I relate a lot to what Music Addicts did there, just accepting fate, ready to just succumb to the pain of a primaling monkey that's booping you away from any sort of blade target. But now Music Addicts on the Sojourn here could mean a potential for Reminiscence if Coconut didn't have a face full of pulse bomb.
And B-Ball Man having a face full of a railgun shot. Same thing with Music Addicts. Genji Main takes care of Swifters, and that's the second point capped a lot there for MI7, a lot faster than Reminiscence there. Remember, Reminiscence had 5.5 minutes going into that second phase there. It went into overtime. They only had 90 seconds on this last part of the map. MI7, 4 minutes in the time bank, a 2.5 minute difference there on that second point. MI7 is setting themselves up here for a really, really good overtime phase at the moment, if they can't complete the map.
They definitely are, and that kill on the Swifters is going to even more solidify that. It was probably about 5 or 10 seconds that MI7 were contested here on the cart, and Reminiscence just keep falling like flies. MI7 are just stopping them from stabilizing. There is no foundation to this building. It's all crumpled. It's all destroyed. It's getting ripped apart to pieces.
They're talking about the foundation you're talking about. It might just be made of popsicle sticks at this moment. B-Ball Man falls. Swifters use their pulse bomb in that fight. Music Addicts falls as well. Swifters able to escape. However, they did stall out the cart there for a little bit. However, Laura getting pocketed now by Majestic. 3 ultimates ready for MI7. Only 1 ready for Reminiscence right now. About to be 2, but we could see MI7 potentially end this map here and now. Here comes the Consuming Rush from Reminiscence to start everything off, but you see Music Addicts fall early, and Genji Main just is hitting Neptune into their own spawn, but Swifters finds Bunny there to kind of even things out a little bit here, and you see Reminiscence, you see MI7 very, very cautious to come back to this cart, but 2 more quick kills going their way. You're going to see him hop back on this cart. Now, they're just trying to get rid of Neptune. They find the Music Addicts finds Laura, though. However, you see those 2 members of Reminiscence on the cart. That's it for them at the moment. Music Addicts falls. Now it's up to Swifters all by themselves. Laura able to get res there. Now you're starting to see some members of Reminiscence come back out. Pulse Bomb comes out. Doesn't find anyone other than that bubble there from Genji Main. Now, the overclock coming out from Laura. They've got some kills from the last couple times they used it. Tanakby and Bunny, though, finding the first 2. Laura able to find a kill with their railgun after the overclock comes out, and now MI7 just looking to clean up. Music Addicts out of the fight. Neptune out of the fight. 2 minutes 53 seconds in that time bank for them there. Reminiscence will be given a minute, but what a round there from MI7.
Yeah, MI7 proving that they can really push the aggression, and Reminiscence are just not ready for it in these situations. So it's just been a really good run here from MI7, proving that they can make it work when it matters the most. And now it's up to overtime rounds. Reminiscence get a minute, as you said. MI7 do get 2 minutes and 53 seconds. This is all going to come down to how well these teams are going to hold on point A. We remember when Reminiscence were attacking, it was pretty much a smooth sailing journey through point A, right through the car wash, get a little bit of cleaning, and then head into the shuttle phase, where they started to get absolutely wiped across the floor. MI7 had some struggles on point A. It definitely took a lot longer than it did for Reminiscence to push through point A. So we could very well see a story of two different teams. It's all going to come down to how well these teams can push through and hold here on point A. MI7 locking in the composition. We saw them on the defense on here for that defense. Reminiscence looking to try and stick with what they ran on the attack, except Neptune might be playing the Ana this time, which could be crucial. A Nano Blade can give you a very good win condition to be able to try and win a fight, and when Music Addicts is building up blades fast, Neptune could definitely make the difference. And as I say that, Neptune switches to Kariko, Music Addict switches over to the Echo. This is why you do not talk about the comps until they come out of the doors.
This is why you talk about them before they come out the doors, because you get responses like that. It's happened to me a lot, Bowsy. Don't feel bad about it. But remember, Reminiscence only has a minute here in overtime to try and push this card as far as they can. Getting that first point. Remember, they got really fast last time, but they played it a little bit slow. You immediately see B-Ball Man jump up onto that high ground. Music Addicts already out of this fight early here. That is an unfortunate pick there for them. And now they might lose Coconut, but Coconut able to fly away. They're back to B-Ball Man and some safety. But we do see Laura here getting this pocket. 88% on that railgun shot there. They find Swifters with it. Laura, just like I said, absolutely a dead eye with this railgun.
Lore has definitely proven to be a menace on the Sojourn, being able to do a lot of damage. The damage boost coming out from Majestic is helping out that. It does not charge the railgun faster or do a lot for the charge shot, but it is able to provide a lot more damage into that railgun, so the primary fire can be a lethal force. Now Reminiscence in overtime now. The overtime wick is burning as they're trying to push their way in, and Tanikby already out of the picture, and the Pulse Bomb was online. That could be crucial here for Reminiscence to try and get that first point.
Next kill here is going to be huge to decide whether or not this overtime goes longer or kind of just ends right now. Each team playing it very safe right now. Now here comes the Kasuni Rush from Bunny onto the field already. That's the first ultimate pop. They need to find one kill here. They find Coconut. That's a huge pick. Now they're going after the Music Addicts. They find them as well. The Pulse Bomb comes out, but it does not stick onto Neptune there. Neptune, though, getting incredibly low here. You see Tanikby just throwing hands, putting punches into them right there, but it's Genji main with their own punch that takes care of them, and overtime has expired. 70 meters is all Reminiscence was able to get.
Much better hold coming out there from MI7, being able to dictate the pace more. They were able to stop Reminiscence right at that final bend before the gates to the shuttle. So now it's going to be up to MI7, 2 minutes and 53 seconds in the time bank. You cannot be fuller hold here on Watchpoint Gibraltar, or else it's going to be a Reminiscence going up 2-1 as we enter our halftime break. So it's going to be all determining on how well MI7 can initiate the attack, what Reminiscence decide to go on the defense, and how it is going to adapt from what they were able to do before. I'm pretty sure Reminiscence held for 1 minute and 30 seconds on their defense, so that is the magic number right now. They have to be better than that in order to try to keep MI7 out of this potential second map win in this series. Let's see what team's able to make it work, as right now MI7 on the attack. Not going to comment on it because Reminiscence, they're going back with the Echo of Music Addicts, Neptune back on the Kariko, Coconut back on the Mercy. They want to stick with this Echo and hope that it is their answer to get a second map in this series heading into halftime.
No, but you see MI7 right now. They're sitting on this Tracer here and Laura on the Sojourn. I imagine we're going to see that pick stay that way. The only one at the moment right now that I could see swapping up is maybe Majestic, but we have seen Majestic basically be on this Mercy for the majority of this map, and it does look like that's what they're sticking with here. However, Reminiscence not on the high ground. Instead, they're going to try to be a little bit sneaky here, but Tanikby definitely saw them there, or someone on MI7 saw them, and this might already be a bad decision coming out here from Reminiscence early in a round where you cannot make any mistakes.
There is a giant window that you have to be careful about on Watchpoint Gibraltar, and there's really no way that you can avoid the giant window on Watchpoint Gibraltar. It sees all, and everyone can see you through it. But Reminiscence, they're going to try to make it work, almost finding that kill in the Majestic, and they actually are going to. So Reminiscence have a good start here, but they've lost Neptune and Swifters. It's starting to turn around here.
Master Cursing going right back to you right there. Already, you said they had a good start. Coconut just accepting death. That's the second time we've seen someone on Reminiscence just accept death with open arms. Music Act, though, able to find Tanakby before they fall there. So a little bit of a slow start. Could be coming back to this one from MI7, but Reminiscence, they're going to come back out to this one right now. You see that glowing box right there on the ground? You can see how close MI7 already is to ending this map.
And MI7 definitely have a very good goal in sight here. Reminiscence, that close hold could definitely work, as now that cart is not going to be able to hit that golden box of victory as fast as they want, but now with Swifters out of the fight, it's looking even more dire here for Reminiscence, but they are able to find Genji main. It's going to be tight if they're going to be able to win this fight here, Dex.
Yeah, and right now still 90 seconds in the bank. MI7 does not need to win this fight here and now, but it would help them out a lot. No ultimates necessarily ready. Tanakby close to a pulse bomb. That could be huge here, especially if they're able to stick it onto a support like Coconut, potentially, maybe even onto Music Addicts. But like you see MI7 right now, they're playing it very smart. Genji main diving in there on the supports, trying to take care of them first. And now the pulse bomb comes out, won't find anyone. But wait, I almost thought Reminiscence was a little bit too far away from the cart. Music Addicts, though, trying to take care of Genji main, laying in a lot of damage there. The Kasumi rush comes out just a little bit too late. Majestic falls. Genji main able to stay up though, but look at that. 2 kills going the way of MI7 now. The overclock coming out from Lore. They find Swifters, and now they just have to take care of Coconut, but Coconut flew too high up in the air, and MI7 will go into halftime break here with the lead.
Good engage there from MI7, being able to clean it up there toward the end. Was a little bit sloppy, but you know what? They got it done in the end, and now MI7 entering halftime, as you said. They're up 2-1. Good showing here so far from the Season 9 runner-ups, but we've seen this story before where it was MI7 up 2-1 entering halftime. They went to match points and then did not win the series. So we very well could see Reminiscence still in this game. It's all determining on what happens after a halftime break. When we come back, we'll be concluding the 4th match between these two juggernauts in Tranquility Gaming Discord tier and determining our preseason champion for Season 10 Discord tier. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
節より気になるですね。
We're seeming to have a little bit of deja vu to the Season 9 Discord tier finals. We come back from the halftime break, and it's MI7 leading 2-1 over Reminiscence in our preseason finals for Season 10. Bowsy joined here once again by the wonderful Dexatron as we're heading in to our fourth map of the series, our singular push map, Dex, and we're going to Esperanza, which once again is bringing back a lot of memories of that Season 9 finals matchup.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not surprised we're seeing Esperanza come out here. In my opinion, it's probably the most fair and probably the best push map there is in the game. However, there is only 3 push maps.
There are definitely only 3 push maps. Hopefully we're getting more in the next season. Don't get me wrong, Antarctic Peninsula and Shambhala Monastery are pretty good maps, but we need more push maps. 3 is not enough. Hopefully in Season 5 we get our next push map. But definitely, this map has some history between both of these teams, and I can tell you all about it. The last time we saw both of these teams on this map together was back in the Season 9 finals matchup. Reminiscence held the lead for 9 minutes with over 100-meter difference. MI7 won in overtime. So it was a brutal, it was one of the most legendary overtime pushes that we have seen in Tranquility history. MI7 walking away with the map win, going to match point, but it was all for naught as MI7, of course, did not win the Season 9 championship. Reminiscence were able to win the next 3 maps to claim that title for themselves. Regardless, we head over to Esperanza to figure out which team is going to win the next map in our series. If MI7 win this, they go to match point. Reminiscence trying to tie it up heading into our 5th map of the series again. It is a 1st to 4. The first team to win 4 maps wins the series. We'll see which team is able to get the better of them as we enter into Esperanza. Noteworthy that we are seeing some swaps from either side. I believe it is Hayden coming back in for Majestic, I heard, but we will verify that once we go back into the map and see these 2 teams and what they want to try to run here for their compositions on Esperanza.
Yeah, you know, when you're talking about compositions coming on this one, I feel like Esperanza, normally when I play this map, it's always very different on what you see coming out from either side. And right now, it's very different for each side right now. Reminiscence coming out with a Rhine and MI7 coming out with a Ramatra. I feel like that's the main kind of versus match. We kind of have to be looking at the tank match here.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen Ramatra work so far this week. Galactic Penguins, of course, faced off against the Luminous Foxes on Tuesday and ran a handful of Ramatra, especially on the control maps. It might have also run it on the push maps, but regardless, Genjiman coming out here on the Ramatra hopefully is ready for that Reinhardt on the enemy side for the side of Reminiscence. As the 2 teams start meeting each other in the center, it's all going to come down to perfect placement here between both of these teams.
Yeah, and Train already finding Majestic out here early. MI7 a little bit of a disadvantage here to start. Tanikby falls as well, and we're going to see the entirety of MI7 just fall here right now as this team fight has been lost very quickly. Bunny going to try to escape with their life, but they're 1v1ing Train right now, and somehow they're actually able to live, and we already see swaps coming out from MI7.
Yeah, MI7 going right over to that May, Cassidy, and Reinhardt here to try and mirror the Brawl style, albeit have more long-range damage with the Cassidy instead of the close-range damage with the Reaper. But definitely be interesting. It's all going to come down to this wall play now, and Tanikby already showing that they are superior in that aspect.
Yeah, but we see the Rhines there immediately cancel each other out with those 2 charges. Genjiman falls. Reminiscence kind of back in the driver's seat now of this team fight, still having their Rhine up right now. And the damage rate is also coming out here from Neptune. A lot of damage will be put through that as you see Music Addict find Tanikby, but Laura comes right back and finds Music Addict. And again, we're just seeing Reminiscence continue to push this cart. Laura actually in a very weird position right now. They do have a pocket here of Bunny, but that's it. And again, Genjiman almost getting taken out. There will be taken out as the Kasuni Rush coming out here from Bunny. MI7 investing a lot of stuff into this team fight here, which is essentially just going to be a loss for them.
Yeah, MI7 just trying to save it from desperation, but it was not going to work in the end. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bunny switch over to that Baptiste to provide more healing. There we go. Bunny switching over to the Baptiste, as I said. Going to provide more healing to that Brawl composition, make sure that they can sustain themselves much more. So we'll see what the move is going to be here from MI7. They're going to be coming into this fight with some big ultimates online. That Deadeye, that Blizzard, the Earth Shatter, all coming up online, or are very close to be coming up online. So we'll see if MI7 are going to be able to make use of it. But that wall from Swifters, I mean, Swifters dies, but the wall's still there.
Yeah, and the Blizzard also coming out here from Tanakby. That might win this fight. Music Addict, though, wants to throw in their death buff. They're able to find 2 kills. They might be able to find a third here. They find a third, and they're going to continue this push. They find a fourth!
Oh! Okay. I mean, hey, my favorite character is indeed the Reaper guy. Has one of the best special moves in the game. Honestly, he's one of the best. He has these 2 best revolvers and is able to come and get an executed kill quickly, especially coming from the side. That copy pasta was definitely messed up, but you know what wasn't messed up? Reminiscence's ability to come back from that fight. However, the Shatter now wasted from Train. There is potential here for MI7 to recover.
You definitely had an attempt there on that copy pasta. However, you know who's not having an attempt? It's Music Addicts. But as I say that, Tanakby able to find them there. However, Reminiscence still continues to push this bot up. And look at the lead difference right now. It's already over 100%. But that bot is getting closer to the MI7 spawn. And that kind of helps them out here. Tanakby just going after Train. Your Train, though, does have some support. But now here comes Genji Main. Genji Main desperately needs to find something here. But they're incredibly low. The Immortality Field will come out to keep him alive. But Swifters falls due to Lore. Genji Main out, but Train out right after that, and Lore finds Music Addict. So MI7 finally getting a little bit of momentum now as they take care of Coconut as well. But Neptune finds Lore. However, Majestic finds Neptune right back on a trade, and MI7 desperately gonna try to get this bot back to the center of the spot to reset spawns.
Yeah, they're going to be able to reset the spawns here. Neptune will be able to get the close spawn, so Reminiscence will have all of their 5 in that close spawn advantage, being able to hold close here. But you said the 100-meter difference. Again, I will remind you what happened the last time these 2 teams faced off on East Francia. It was a 100-meter difference that MI7 was able to overcome, and they're already trying to show that they can push forward, especially with that window from Bunny.
Yeah, but right now, MI7 does have some advantage here. Here comes the Blizzard out from Tanakby. It gets rid of that Immortality Field, but the beat does come out from Coconut to keep some of their members alive, but they're just not able to keep Train up long enough. Genji Main, oh, they're trying to get the charge there on the Music Addict. Oh, but look at Lore just staring daggers into that ice block, just waiting for Swifters to come out, and once Swifters saw the light of day, they immediately had it taken away.
Exactly the case right there. The last thing you want to see staring at you is a Cassidy with a Deadeye. Swifters unfortunately just succumbing to the pain at that point. Regardless, Reminiscence unfortunately having to give up that fight. They did use the beat there from Coconut, but MI7 invested a lot of ults of their own into that, so there is potential here for Reminiscence, especially with that Shadow from Genji Main being sort of a whiff.
Yeah, but they do find Swifters. However, the Shatter still up for Trains, but now the damage is coming out here from Reminiscence. It's a huge Shatter, finds one, making the second one. Coconut able to find a third. Lore, though, does find Music Addict, but the damage might already be done in this team fight. Reminiscence does have a huge number advantage, and just seems like MI7 just going to try to stall out this cart as long as they can. However, they finally lose Lore there, and immediately the bot back in control of Reminiscence.
Definitely, Reminiscence is now going to be able to push this bot. They might be able to get the checkpoint as well. Laura actually switching over to the Reaper now, going for that mirror matchup with the side of MI7, or with the side of Reminiscence. MI7 going to be able to try to hold this, but that wall is perfectly placed. The checkpoint unlocked. Close spawns now enabled.
Yeah, but Swifters able to take care of Tanakby here. That already gives Reminiscence a little bit of an advantage in this team fight. No Immortality Field for MI7 left as well. It had to invest that very early in this one, and now you immediately see them collapse. They're in on Bunny. The Blizzard comes out from Swifters. 3 more kills going the way of Reminiscence. Now it's really just up to Lore, but Lore will face death there by the hands of Neptune, and Reminiscence back in control of this bot will be able to add on to their lead here.
Yeah, definitely. They will be able to add some percentage onto the lead here, but MI7 are going to be coming in with 2 crucial ultimates, that window from Bunny and the Blizzard from Tanakby, and they've already found that first crucial pick on the Music Addicts on that Reaper who tried to go for a flank play, so Reminiscence already backing up, giving space to MI7 and trying to wait to see if Music Addicts can come into this fight again.
But here comes the damage mixers. Genji Man Tank already making use of it, finding 3 now as they continue to push. Now they just have to get rid of Coconut on this Lucio. They're able to do that there, and now we're gonna see MI7 desperately try to get this back to the middle to reset spawns, as I believe they can potentially trap Coconut, but no, Coconut able to respawn fast enough before they get to that middle part. It's about a 70-meter difference here at the moment, and we have 3 minutes left to go.
Yeah, definitely. There is a large difference here, but MI7 have been able to come back from more here. But Reminiscence, it was good to be able to bring out no ults in that fight. They forced out ults from MI7 and were able to bring themselves into this fight. But now that Blizzard from Tanigby is big. It caught 2, and the bleed is the only thing left for Coconut.
The Shatter also comes out from MI7, and they're able to find 1 kill off of it. Train does find Tanigby, however, Bunny finds Swifters and Train. This might get them to that first butt scratch spot here for MI7, and with that team kill, that surely will.
Yeah, definitely. That team kill is going to be instrumental here. Reminiscence going to have to give up this checkpoint here. The forward spawns are initiated for the side of MI7. They're already doing better than their grand finals appearance. They find the checkpoint before they hit overtime. So MI7 now trying to push this bot forward, but Reminiscence are going to meet them right at the end of that checkpoint and try to stop that bot from moving any further. And they have the Shatter and the Death Blossom to do exactly that. Watch for Music Addicts here. Definitely going to try to turn the fight on this Reaper.
Or watch for Train. Music Addicts out of this one early. Train can turn this fight around, though, with a nice Shatter, but Laura comes in with a Death Blossom of their own. They find 2 with it. Right now, Bunny finds Train, and now they just have to get rid of Swifters, and now MI7 here has a little bit of breathing room here to allow this bot to push this barrier.
If I had a nickel for every time I cast a curse, I'd be able to make a living out of casting at this point. That was unfortunate timing. Music Addicts gets headshot the second I say watch out for Music Addicts, and yeah, Reminiscence have to give up that fight. Now MI7 start making the trek down this fabled straightaway. They already used that bunny from window from Bunny, but still they have to try and survive the rest of the ults coming out from Reminiscence.
But look, both DPS use their ultimates there, finding nothing from it right now, but Bunny in an awkward position. Laura falls as well, so does Tanigby. Genji main out as well, and Reminiscence able to win that team fight there, take control of the bot, and they might just be able to trap Genji main, but it looks like Genji main will be able to respawn with that forward spawn.
As much as you would like to believe it, you cannot get stuck outside of the forward spawns unless the bot is by that first archway, Dex. Hey, I hate to say that like it is, but still, now you're going to be seeing MI7 try to push on this high ground. They want to try to stop it, and that Blizzard from Tanigby, once again, is instrumental in making sure that they can stop that bot from moving.
Yeah, but look at this. Tanigby falls early. However, the kills after that all go in the way of MI7. Coconut Neptune out. No healing left up for Reminiscence now. They're going to have to play this very smartly. They're just trying to get rid of that Reaper on the high ground, but Swifter's actually able to find Bunny. Now we see Music Addicts try to wraith themselves away, but we see Laura take care of Swifters there now. Music Addicts, oh, so low, gets hit by that Fire Strike, and they get hit by the second Fire Strike. However, you will see Reminiscence come back to this bot before we get back to that checkpoint.
And it's going to be overtime once again for MI7. Only about 30 meters that they have to push this bot, and those forward checkpoints are going to be enabled here. So MI7, they have to play this perfectly. They have the Shatter online from Genji main, but they have to be careful about what Reminiscence have in the tank. The Blizzard is going to come out this time for Swifters. They have to be able to counter it very well.
But Swifters falls early. That's huge for MI7 right now. They need to try to get as much as they can out of this. Both Ryans charging into each other, causing stun. Here comes the Death Blossom from War. It finds 1. It finds 2, but they need to get rid of Music Addicts, and now Coconut on point. They're able to do that. You can see how far they have to push it right now. They're nearing about 20 meters away, but you're going to see Reminiscence come back out, and they're going to come back out with a storm of ultimates.
It's all going to be on the support ults here from Majestic and Bunny. They have to time these support ults good enough in order to stop Reminiscence, in order to stop MI7 and give Reminiscence its map victory. The beat's perfect. It lands right with the Blizzard, but it's going to come down to the step up from Music Addicts. I believe it was killed. It was killed.
But Music Addicts only able to take care of that immortality field. Coconut does find 1, but look at the rest of the kills going all the way of MI7, and MI7 will continue just repeating history right now and win this win the push map in overtime, going up 3-1 in the series.
Once again, it's match point in favor of MI7. We've seen this storyline before. It has all been going exactly the way it went in that Season 9 Grand Finals. MI7 now, are they going to be able to try to rewrite history and try to stop that, and try to stop Reminiscence from getting these 3 map wins in a row? Or Reminiscence is going to be able to repeat history again and bring us to an extra hour and a half of content before this match is over? It's all going to be determined on these next few maps, and it could be a very interesting matchup we have here on our hands here between both of these teams. Now, it's back to Control. I'm going to be looking up what the maps are here for these two teams. It is Reminiscence, once again, picking the map choice between Ilios and Oasis. This could be a map decider here for Reminiscence to see if they can try to get these next 3 maps to be able to win the the preseason finals and repeat what they did in the grand finals of Season 9, or it could be a way for MI7 to stop that reverse sweep, and be able to take the preseason title for themselves. And even the score between these two teams, 2-2, and the map choice has been chosen, it's Oasis Dexatron.
Yeah, and honestly, if we see Reminiscence claw their way back into this one, go to a map 7, I will just say one thing: the script writers here at Oasis, I mean at Tranquility, really need to step up their game. We cannot just keep on repeating the same storyline over and over and over again. No matter how good the series is, they just need to come up with some new content every now and then.
We'll definitely see, as we are seeing swaps come in from the sides as well. Hayden is coming back in for Majestic for the side of MI7, which we did see Hayden do really strong performance both on Lijiang and Eichenwald, so we'll see. That's going to work into the favor here for the side of MI7. We'll see what Reminiscence decide to do for swaps here, as they do still have to have Train in, at least for a map, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong on that aspect, but still, we'll have to see what the move is here from Reminiscence, what they're going to be doing with these player swaps, if they're going to be making any player swaps heading into our 5th map of the series. I'm not going to say what could be our last map, because it definitely could not be. Could not be our last map. We could be going all the way to 7 maps again.
It could possibly be our last map. We could possibly see a 6th map. We could possibly see a 7th map here. That's basically all you need to say from here on out. These two teams are 2 titans of the Discord tier. It's not a surprise they're here. It's not a surprise that the series so far has been very close. It could easily be tied right now, but MI7 in overtime made up the difference there on Esperanza. And honestly, when you go back and look at Eichenwald and Watchpoint Gibraltar, they did a really, really good job in a certain section of either of those maps there to really help them out when they went on the offensive push. And for both those, for the hybrid map and the escort map, it was both those second points. They did such a good job on defense there.
Yeah, definitely. The defense has been able to work here for both of these teams, and the attack really has been instrumental for MI7, especially on those escort and hybrid maps. They're able to make the attack work when it matters the most. What I'm wondering, though, is we've obviously saw them do really good on Control when it came to the first point, but they just weren't able to really attack in when it came to the second point. They seemed to struggle when it came to the re-engaging, especially up against Reminiscence's defense, as I dropped my pencil. Don't worry about it. So what is the difference going to be here from MI7? How are they going to adapt to it and try to prevent a map 6, a map 7, a map 8? I believe there is a potential for a draw in this series, but still, how are they going to prevent this? Because right now, we're pretty much seeing the exact same storyline once again. We're seeing a remake, pretty much. This is a remake with an entirely new cast. Let's hope it does not end the exact same way for MI7, or else Reminiscence are going to be walking away with another preseason title and another win against MI7, adding their record to now 3-1 against MI7 in overall matchups between the last 2 seasons. As we head in to Oasis, our 5th map of the series, what could be our last Control map. However, if we go to a map 8, which is possible, we could be seeing more Control maps.
Yeah, and you asked what MI7 needs to do here to end this series, and honestly, I don't really know what they need to do differently here, because remember, when we went to Lijiang Tower, they were both very hard-fought points there, and when all 3 points, MI7 has shown us they can win on these Control maps here. They just need to put a whole map together, as Reminiscence has always been able to one-up them in some way, especially now that their backs are against the wall here. Reminiscence is going to be playing desperate at some points, especially if MI7 is able to take a point here.
Yeah, definitely. MI7 coming out with this ball composition, which is actually different than what we usually see. We usually see MI7 come out on the Brawl comp. It's Reminiscence who are coming out on the stock standard Brawl this time. They're running the Reaper May, Reinhardt, Bash, or Baptiste, and Lucio. If I see Bastion on the support row, I'm going to lose my mind. Regardless, MI7 on the ball composition. We'll see how this is going to throw a wrench into Reminiscence's plans, if it is going to throw a wrench, and which team is going to be able to take the first cap here on Oasis City Center.
I mean, you ask me right now, Reminiscence coming out on this Brawl comp is very, very safe. What MI7's coming out on is, hamster, newspaper reads, hamster hit my car. Unfortunate death there for Genji main, but like I was saying, Reminiscence came out here on this Brawl comp. It's a very, very safe comp for them to come out on to start here on Oasis. MI7 coming out on this ball comp and the rest of their team kind of composition here, you know, they can play around a little bit. They have a 2-map lead, but maybe, you know, you see them make some swaps here early as Reminiscence already capped the point here and looking to just build this lead.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hamster trying to play an edition of Subway Surfer, except with cars, unfortunately does not work. Actually, no, hamster playing Cross Hero. Hamster, don't let your hamster play Cross Hero. It's a very bad idea. And Reminiscence are being able to make this use of this Brawl composition.
Oh no.
Genji mate, please stop being attracted to the car. Stop playing Cross Hero in my Overwatch game. It's going to cost you your life. Please don't do it. Okay, there we go. That explains it. Switching over to the Reinhardt. MI7 want to go to a Brawl composition. Bunny also switching over to the Baptiste. That makes more sense why you would play Crossy Road with the Wrecking Ball. But now, hopefully, we don't see the German man play Crossy Road as the window comes out from Neptune to try and deny the space here for MI7.
It's Crossy Road for the Zoomers. It's Frogger for the Boomers here. But Tanikby already out of this one early. Bunny comes right back down and finds Music Addicts. I believe I saw an ultimate come out there, but I must have been mistaken as Lower falls as well. B-Ball Man gonna take care of Genji main right now. And MI7 pretty much having a horrible start to this map so far. But we do see Bunny picking off Swifters. So if MI7 can get back out into this engagement really quickly, they will have a little bit of a numbers advantage.
Definitely, and when Swifters has the Blizzard online, you know it's definitely going to be a numbers advantage here for MI7. You see Genji main just charging in as fast as possible. They want to take advantage of this as that Blizzard offline now means that they have a potential. Here comes that duplicate from Tanikby as well to try and create even more problems for Reminiscence.
Oh, but here comes the Death Fluff, but they get beaten out of the way, but they're able to find Laura with it still. The beat does come out onto Reminiscence right now. Laura the only one to fall as of yet. Bunny now falls. B-Bomb and Coconut somehow falls. Hayden, Tanikby falling right back. Reminiscence through this scrappy and weird team fight with Hayden somehow killing himself will win that team fight and win this point.
I swear to God, if Coconut and Hayden were playing Frogger, I'm going to lose my mind. Regardless, Reminiscence starting off on a good foot, already establishing a 100-0 point here on that first point. Now we go over to Oasis University, which definitely is much more of a Brawl composition. And I mean, we just saw Reminiscence do really well on the Brawl composition. We could see them do the exact same thing here today, on this map. It's going to be up to MI7 and what they want to try to run here. Right now they have Laura on the Tracer, Tanikby on the May, but we could obviously see Laura on the Reaper. That's what I expected. That's much better. A lot more damage. It's going to be a mirror composition between both of these teams unless we somehow see a Junkrat swap from either of these sides. Nope. Okay, it's gonna be a mirror brawl. It's gonna be a mirror matchup on the Brawl compositions between Reminiscence and MI7 here on Oasis University. It's all gonna come down to positioning and who's gonna be able to find the value first.
To be honest, I was waiting for a swap to come out there.
I know you were, and I hate it.
But you immediately see the Immortality Fields come out from both sides and have already gone right now. It's a very, very brawly fight here on the point. Reminiscence, though, kind of controlling the pace of this fight at the moment. Bunny, first one to fall here, but Music Addicts falls right back. So even trades out both ways there before Reminiscence gets back into the lead numbers-wise. And MI7 might just fall back and try to play this one a little bit safe. They don't want to be down too far early in this round.
Yeah, you say down too far. That's exactly what happened to Genji main. He fell into the hole in the middle of the pit. So already MI7 were down their main tank. They had to try and retreat, and now they're going to try to push back in here. They're going to be at a numbers disadvantage in terms of ultimates, and they might even lose Genji main throughout it. But yeah, Reminiscence showing that aggression early in your decks.
I mean, Reminiscence definitely looking like they want to at least have this series go 6 maps. And they continue to pick up kill after kill right now. Look how aggressive they're getting. I don't blame them for getting this aggressive here. It's really working out for them so far. Already a third of the way to ending this map. Very, very quickly, might I add.
Yeah, Definitely, there is a chance here for Reminiscence to try to end this early. They use that window, and the Fire Strike catches both supports. That's okay. Okay, yep, that makes sense. Just jump. Okay, I can understand the philosophy. Just jump off the map. You've lost both of your supports. You forced out the window. It makes sense. You're coming into this next fight with 5 ults online. Reminiscence are down 1. It's all going to be determined on A, can you notice Swifters and Music Addicts are going for this flank, and B, can you stop it in time?
I don't think Genji May meant to fall off the map there, but the Blizzard does come out there from both Panic Bee and Swifters. But look at the kills. Laura able to pick up 2. Are they going to be able to get a 3rd? They don't have that health pack there, so they're kind of in a bad situation. And the health pack has respawn, but I don't think they're able to get it as Swifter steals it.
Well, there is still a potential. Reminiscence lost both of their supports in that fight. 3 people did die. Neptune and Coconut were the first casualties. So MI7, they did lose Laura, but they are going to have a numbers advantage. They have this window coming out for Bunny, but Swifters finds what could be a very crucial headshot to secure Reminiscence this map.
Oh, the beat comes down. Here comes the Death Blossom as well. It does find Hayden. Genji Main out of the picture. Tanakvi does find Swifters, but Tanakvi immediately finds a shotgun shell to the face. Same could be said for Laura right there. And Reminiscence keeping the script alive here. We're going to a map 6.
Okay. All right, MI7. That was not clean. That was probably the messiest we've seen MI7 in a bit. Let's hope this is just to write the script and make it so that it's a close match and not make it so it's a 4-1 like last year. But now it's starting to get a little risky because you're heading into your hybrid map. We already saw Eichenwald is out of the picture. That was a very good map for you. That was the map that you chose last time. So you're going to have to choose between 2 other maps here, and those maps are going to be Paraiso and Blizzard World. Both can have good brawl map implications here, so we could very well see them work, but let's hope that they are not going to mess this up again. I'd rather not see a remake of what we saw in the grand finals for Discord tier last season. I see you shaking your head and laughing. I'm scared. Let's
just be honest. It was all downhill for MI7 on that map when Genji Main died to a car to start off the round.
You're not wrong. There definitely is the potential that MI7 could mess this up. I mean, obviously, your mental is going to be down when your Wrecking Ball dies to a car twice. We definitely could see Reminiscence pull this off. It's going to be all determining on what they do. MI7 have made the map choice, however. We're going to Blizzard World for our next matchup. So this could be a way to be able to come back in this. It's going to be risky, but we'll have to see what the move is going to be here. Reminiscence are going to be on the attack first, however. So this is the first time I think we've seen these sides swap since that first map, or since the second map. So this could be a strategy for MI7 or Reminiscence to try and get that attack first, push it all the way to the end, put that pressure on MI7 to push it all the way to the end, and then try to push it all the way in the end, push it all the way. So we'll see what the move is going to be here from the side of MI7 and Reminiscence heading into our 6th map of the series.
I mean, you have to remember, going back to Eichenwald, that second map, Reminiscence did choose to attack first, and I thought that was something that they were doing to keep that momentum up on their side, and it worked out very good for them on that first point, kept it very fast, but maybe a little bit too fast. MI7 was able to get back in and hold them at the door there after that first point, and they held them there for a very, very, very long time. Remember, Reminiscence got to overtime on that second point of Eichenwald. They got to overtime on the third point of Eichenwald. They were able to complete the map, but it just came down to a little bit of differences there. Like, Reminiscence had a better first point defense than MI7 did on Eichenwald, but their second and third point defenses were poor, to be honest, just looking back on it.
Yeah, definitely. There is an interesting... I mean, we definitely seen that defense be a little weak from MI7 at times, especially as well from Reminiscence. Reminiscence has not had a very good defense on either of our previous 2 maps, but we saw that before. We saw the first 2 maps... We saw the first 2 maps in the grand finals go to those overtime rounds, and MI7 come on top in the Season 9 grand finals. Same case here. But on the Blizzard World and Escort maps, Rem was able to hold MI7 before they reached the end of the map. So we very well could see an increase in that quality of the defense. So we'll have to see if Reminiscence are able to kick it up a notch when it matters the most. They definitely could have that clutch factor in their hand. We saw them have that clutch factor whenever they tried to cap Lycan and Watch Point Gibraltar. We could see the clutch factor coming in a different stance here. Some swaps coming in as well here for both of these teams. Majestic is coming back in for Hayden on that support role. Still waiting on to see what Reminiscence decide to do here for their map swaps here. So we'll have to see what the situation is going to be here between both of these teams.
Yeah, but what do you expect coming into this map right now? Will the script continue to be the same as it has been these last couple times these team met and go to a map 7? Or does the script writer make a quick change right now so it's not just the same story rehashed?
We definitely could see an interesting script coming out here, but it definitely will be interesting to see, like, again, the script writes itself. This is the exact same script we saw in Season 9. Right now, this is pretty much word for word what we saw in Season 9, apart from the scores being a little bit different. We could very well see that score be the exact same, but we'll have to see what is going to come out from both of these teams on Blizzard World, which was not a map that was played in that Grand Finals match. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here on this map as we head into Blizzard World for our 6th map of the series. Again, I'm not saying it could be our final map because it very well could not be our final map. This could go all the way to a map 7. This could go all the way to a map 8. We don't know. It's Discord tier. Anything can happen. As now MI7 on the defense, showing the stock standard brawl here, Dex.
Yeah, not a shock on this point, at least. I think just brawl coming out, always kind of a smart thing. It's a safe kind of thing to come out with. Reminiscence, though, also coming out with a little bit of brawl on themselves right here. Here, I'll be the one that gets burned this time for talking about the picks coming out early. Coconut coming out with a Moira. I don't think we've seen a Moira a lot so far tonight in this series. Neptune sticking with the Baptiste. They've been on fire with the Baptiste lately, especially in these last couple maps right now.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see if Coconut sticks to this Moira. Nope. Yeah, you put yourself on that. You know what? I respect the fact that you said it offhand. So definitely, we'll see what happens here. It's a mirror matchup between Reminiscence and MI7. MI7 holding on this high ground as Reminiscence start making their way through the streets of Blizzard World and try to find their way straight to that point to meet up with MI7.
I mean, I will point out they didn't swap until you started talking about it, so not on me. But immediately the fight breaking out here on point. Music Addicts actually has a very, very good angle there, but gets incredibly low. 15 health right there, but B-Ball, man, first one to fall here. Genji main trying to redeem themselves from that last map. Laura finds Neptune, and it looks like MI7 here going to be able to hold on this first point for a little bit longer than they did on Eichenwald.
That definitely was a very clever angle coming out from Music Addicts. Take that off angle, make sure that you can try to pick out anybody when necessary, but Laura had an even better angle. On the high ground, right on top of the cart, being able to pepper down the opponents from the high ground, get that high ground advantage, was able to help pick out B-Ball Man with the help of Genji Main and the rest of the team. So now, Reminiscence is going to be pushing in to an Earth Shatter already built up by Genji Main, 50% for B-Ball Man, so it's all going to come down to how well MI7 can use these ultimates. They already are initiating with the window from Bunny.
Yeah, but Lord does fall. Same thing for Music Addicts. So no Cassie's left in this fight right now. And the Maze going after each other. The Shatter does come out from Genji main. They're able to find Neptune there. But we do see Reminiscence use their Blizzard in this fight. That's a little bit of a misplay coming out from them unless Swifters is going to make a swap here. But at the moment, they're sticking with the Mei.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a desperation, I think, from Swifters, just using the Blizzard. Might have just used it as a last-ditch effort, but the rest of their team, unfortunately, was out of the picture. So, might cost Reminiscence here, as now they only have this Deadeye and Beat from Music Addicts and Coconut. They will have this Shatter eventually from B-Ballman, but MI7 already coming into the advantage with this Blizzard from Tanner.
Yeah, but now the Blizzard comes out. The Deadeye, though, able to find Tanakby. Will we see any kills go the way of MI7? They find one with the Deadeye of their own. Genji mate able to diff B-Ball Man right now in the tank battles. Swifters, though, able to find Lore and find Bunny. So even with MI7 winning this team fight, it is at a little bit of a cost here.
Yeah, definitely. MI7 are going to be able to potentially get this, but Swifters is still alive. They're still trying to find this Lucio and May. It's going to be a quick recovery here from Reminiscence, it seems. I don't think the rest of MI7 is ready for this engage to come back. Laura is still running back from spawn. Reminiscence have a chance to engage on this.
And B-Ball Man will have the shatter ready to go. Now I imagine it's going to be used here pretty soon. There it is. It only catches one, but the beat comes out just a little bit too late. And look at what it causes. Genji main, Tanic B already out. 1 tick already capped here for Reminiscence. Almost 2 there, but we do see Bunny contest here for a moment. However, you're going to probably see Lore fall back. Majestic might also fall back as well, but it looks like they want to try to sit on that point as long as they can. However, they get taken out by Swifters. Music Addicts able to find Lore, and now 3.5 minutes in that time bank. Reminiscence begins their push.
Yeah, definitely good soft reset there from Swifters and Coconut to wait for the rest of their team to come back and then start engaging. MI7 needed to try and punish those picks a little bit better, but to their credit, I believe it was only Bunny and Genji main at the fight in that moment. So we'll see what the engage strategy is going to be here from MI7. They want to try to take this high ground away, but Neptune has that amplification matrix and the blizzards there from Swifters.
But look at that. B-Ball Man actually misses the charge on to Genji main. However, they're able to find Tanic B. Laura out early as well, but Bunny able to find B-Ball Man. Reminiscence though continues to push this car right now. Neptune winning that Baptiste duel there onto Bunny. The pulse bomb sticks to Genji main, but it finds Majestic.
Music Addicts doing a little bit of a ballerina twirl on top of Neptune's body, I believe. But Laura able to pick out Neptune here, so there is potential for MI7 to come back into this fight. Laura is currently, or the DPS for MI7 are currently the lone people on the cart right now, stopping it in its tracks. Reminiscence, they want to try to engage in this, but they have to wait for their Baptiste, and this Deadeye from Laura is just going to keep pushing them farther back.
Yeah, Lord definitely looking for an off angle there. Nice wall coming out there from Swifter. So that Deadeye, essentially a wasted ultimate right there. The charge coming out. Oh, the Blizzard comes out as well from Tanic B. And I think that charge might have accidentally pushed some of the members of Reminiscence out of it right there. Music Addicts fires away. The shatter comes out from Genji main. And look at the havoc in the hallway right there. 4 kills, all going the way of MI7.
Beautiful shatter there from Genji main. Eliminates 4 with that shatter. Turns the fight around for MI7 there. Was looking a little back and forth, but at the end of the day, it's MI7 now holding that cart away from that first point. Reminiscence, however, now having Music Addicts on the Tracer here for, or never mind, they've had it on the Tracer. I'm dumb. Ignore me. Lore finds the first pick on the Neptune here, so Reminiscence probably gonna have to try to retreat here and wait for next push, unless Music Addicts can find a crucial first pick, but already is discovered.
Yeah, but Laura making that swap over to the Soldrin right now. We've seen how deadly they've been on that character in these past couple rounds. The Rhines just charging into themselves, as we've seen them do it so many times. Majestic finds VO Man. Swifter's gone as well. Laura here gonna try to get rid of Music Addicts. The pulse bomb comes out, just misses everyone there, and Tanic B able to kill them now. And now we see Reminiscence less than 50 seconds on the clock for them to get as much more distance as they can on the card or cap that second point.
Yeah, definitely. Reminiscence in a little bit of dire straits here, but they will have the window, the shatter, and the blizzard in this next fight. Music Addicts back on the Cassidy, trying to do that damage with that Peacekeeper to find the kills necessary. As now Reminiscence going to be pushing into this small hallway. They have to be careful about where they're positioning, especially going up this high ground with Bunny's amplification matrix staring them in the face.
Yeah, and you already see that right there. B-Ball Man does have their shatter ready to go, but the Blizzard does come out on that high ground. Tanic B, though, able to find Neptune out early, who did use their damage matrix in that one, but they are able to find Majestic. That's a nice trade there. Laura out as well. So is Genji main. Tanic B, though, continues to pick up kill after kill here. Bunny gone as well, so no supports left for MI7. But we're going to see the Blizzard be invested into this fight.
No support. There's no support for Reminiscence. They could die to this Blizzard. It's going to be tight, but Reminiscence going to be having to challenge for their life here as Laura comes back with the overclock to finish it. And the cards is hold right there.
Wait, no, I don't think Laura used their overclock. They were able to kill them there. They did use it at the end of that fight, but that was just the normal gun.
Okay, I thought I heard the voice line for the overclock. I might have heard a different Sotrin voice line, but still, I mean, that was a crucial blizzard. Whether you think of it as overvest or not, that blizzard turned the tide of battle. Reminiscence were forced to use their cooldowns and had so much damage peppered into them, and Neptune and Coconut were out of the fight, so they were not able to heal B-Ball Man and I believe Swifters on that point, so MI7 were able to take advantage of that. It was really good awareness there from Tannic to throw out the blizzard, and it was just the cleanup from Lore that helped them get that victory. So now, the cart held right outside of point B. MI7, a goal in sight, but they cannot get full held here or held farther than 113 meters here with that cart. We'll have to see if they're able to make a valiant effort and be able to try to take this series for their own, or if they're going to be having to pull victory from the jaw. If they're going to be having, or Reminiscence is going to pull victory from the jaws of defeat. I tried to set up that pun. It took a while to go. Thank you, Observer, for sticking on the shark for this long.
You could have also made the joke here of that, MI7 wants to try to cap this as fast as they can, because the least amount of time, the less time they have, the more likely is that they're just gonna end up being shark bait right there. But Reminiscence,
oh my God.
Hey, I am the master of bad puns and failed execution on jokes. You should know that by this point.
Fair point. I've casted with you for a lot, but still, mirror matchup on the Brawl, apart from one aspect, the Cassidy for Lore, the Reaper for Music Addicts. We'll see if it's able to work. It's already an early engage coming out from Reminiscence. They want to stop this push now.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, it wouldn't shock me that they want to end this or try to hold them here very, very quickly here. But you already see them trying to get into this small room to start this fight.
Majestic almost gets caught out there on the side of MI7 thanks to the wall, but it was great play to be able to keep themselves alive. And now Coconut's out of the picture. That's massive.
Yeah, and right there you see basically MI7 already at such a disadvantage. Music Addicts trying to take care of Majestic. They're able to, and they're able to take care of Genji main, so kind of already just eating away at this time bank right now.
Yep, 1 minute off the time bank here for MI7. They proved that they could push in very reliably, but right now they need to try to step it up a notch. Lore going to be going over to the Reaper here, wants to go for that close range once again, but it's all going to come down to the ultimate play here. Bunny's going to have this amplification matrix to try and stop an MI7 push. Music Addicts is 50% to that Blossom. Splinters is very close to the Blizzard as well, so we could very well see some ults flying, but watch out for that shadow from Genji main. Lore finding that first pick in a Music Addict is a big start, however.
Yeah, but here comes the Blizzard from Swifters right now. They're desperately going to try to get anyone here. They're able to find Laura out, but that might be the only thing to get. Actually, no, they do get Bunny Tannic out as well. And look at what MI7 invested into that fight. They invested the damage matrix there. And are we going to see it? No, B-Ball Man takes himself out as well.
I mean, whatever you want to do to assert dominance on the enemy main tank, by all means do it, but that could be very bad here for the side of Reminiscence if B-Ball Man does not run back. You see Coconut there on the far right of your screen, bringing B-Ball Man back into the fight, so they will have their Reinhardt in time. But now, MI7, they're going to be down a lot of ults. It's going to be determined on how well they're able to push in, but that shadow landing on the Lore is massive. The damage out of the picture already.
Yeah, but you immediately see Music Addict continue finding some kills here. Make it 2, make it 3, and you can see Reminiscence now. Less than a minute 45 left to go in this one to force a map 7.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be rough here for MI7. Music Addicts has the Death Blossom online. Reminiscence is going to take back on this high ground. Oh, but the Lord is going to see Music Addicts in that small room. Going to be able to bait out that flanking Reaper. So now Music Addicts has to set up on a different flank. MI7 have to be careful about this. They have ults building up. They cannot use these ults right when they get them. They have to use them strategically. The Music Addicts has this Blossom and is going to unleash it right on them.
But here comes the Blizzard, and Music Addicts finds 2 with that Death Blossom. The Blizzard, though, might be able to keep MI7 in this. However, once those ones get unfrozen, Reminiscence is able to come back into this one and find the kills to win the team fight.
Yep, that Blizzard, not ideal. They probably wanted to try to force out a different ult out from Reminiscence to be able to equal the score. I believe they might have forced out the Shatter, but that might have been the most, as now MI7 pretty much last attack here. Unless they cap this point, they do have the ults to do it, but Reminiscence has ults in the bank as well. They could deny this push here, and now if they wanted to with Swifter's Blizzard, it's all going to come down to the correct plays. Who's going to make the right move to try and get this map win under their belt? MI7 making their engage, starting with that wall from Tannic.
And MI7 desperate at this point to find anything. Lore has this Death Blossom. We're going to use it here. The beat comes out. Beat comes out from both sides. Neptune not able to find anything there with that damage ratio, but a trade going out each way right now to start off things. MI7 desperate to try to get something here. Overtime has been what they've been very good at so far, and they continue to find kill after kill here. They just need to clean up this team fight right now and not have it drag out. They find Bunny there, but now we do see one more member. It is the Lucio Coconut. Gonna try to probably contest this a little bit, but Neptune's there as well. We can see them contest it, but we don't. They instead just let MI7 cap it. 2.5 minutes now to basically stop MI7 from pushing this cart 113 meters.
And that definitely is a good decision here from the side of Reminiscence. The rest of their team had already run back into the fray. They were ready to try to hold it by the arches, but MI7 are going to make a switch of their own. They're switching over to the ball composition. They're not playing the brawl anymore. They want to try to switch it up and throw Reminiscence for a loop, as Reminiscence are now holding in this left room and have to play against this spam composition with Sojourn and Farah on the enemy team. This could be disastrous for Reminiscence. What was looking like potential is going to be a disaster.
Laura back on the bread and butter there of the Soldier, but they get taken out by the Death Blossom there from Music Addicts. B-Ball Man is able to take care of Majestic as well, and this is a quick team fight win here by Reminiscence to try to get some control back in this map. A minute 40 left to go now for MI7. They need something here in this next team fight.
They definitely are going to have to try to keep playing these dry fights. The only ult online is going to be Neptune's window, so we'll have to see if it works. Canopy switching over to the Tracer now off of the Farah. We'll see if that makes any sort of difference, but Reminiscence are just running into the spawn room, denying any opportunity for the MI7 to even leave the spawn room. Stay in the spawn, says Reminiscence. But we're able to find Music Addicts. That's big. We'll see if they're able to try and initiate off of that and continue and try to push out.
But B-Ball Man able to find Tanic B there to kind of even everything out. However, that does give MI7 some space to get out of their spawn. Genji main able to get that health pack there, which was huge from the overclock, I believe, was used there by Lore. Does not find anything with it, but again, giving them space is all they really want right now. However, Genji main just rolls into dual wielding shotguns right there. Not necessarily the thing you want to be rolling into, especially when you're a ball.
Yeah, definitely. Reaper happens to own a pet cemetery. The last thing you want to do is add to that collection. Reminiscence doing a pretty good job on this hold right now. It's all going to come down to this next push. The Kitsune Rush coming out here from Bunny. It's going to be last-ditch effort here for the side of MI7. They've already lost Genji Maid, who switched back onto the Reinhardt.
And this is just not looking good for MI7 right now. They're going to be able to come out here and contest, but Majestic falls after resing Laura. That's not what you wanted to see. Laura has to stay alive at this point, but the contest is going to have to be huge here for MI7. Laura falls already at a little bit of a disadvantage right now. So does Bunny. Swifters sitting on that high ground, able to find them now. And just look at these remaining members from MI7. Swifters out. Majestic out. Tanic B out. Overtime ticking down. It will run out, and the script still alive, going to map number 7.
Here we go again. It's a repeat of what we saw in the Season 9 Discord Tier Grand Finals. Reminiscence now evened up the score. It is 3-3, not 4-2 here for the side of our production side. There we go, 3-3. Now it all comes down to one escort map between Shambali Monastery and Route 66. We are going to have a preseason champion at the end of our final map. Dex, it comes down to this last map. What do MI7 pick to try and win the preseason? And what do Reminiscence try to do to stop MI7 from getting a second win on them?
I mean, if you're asking me what map they're going to pick here, I feel like you want to go with Shambali. I have a feeling no one has really picked that map, and no one's really played that map a lot. There hasn't been a lot of screaming on it. So maybe MI7 kind of been preparing for this. Maybe they said, okay, what happens if it's just a repeat of what happened in that grand finals? Let's practice this map a little bit here and see if we can catch them off their guard. But if we go to Route 66, then it's just a kind of a respect thing. It's a thing where each team knows the map. Each team knows how to play into what comps to play on that map, but we know what map we're going to, and it is Shambali.
Shambali Monastery is the pick for the side of MI7. I believe this is the first time we're seeing Shambali Monastery in a competitive setting, so this definitely could be an interesting swap here if they're able to make it work here for the side of MI7, because this is all on the table. You win this map, you move on to the next phase. You win the championship or win the preseason championship. You don't. Obviously you lose the championship, but still, this is going to be the determining map here. It's all going to come down to this map. We'll have to see which team's able to come out. No swaps are being reported as of yet, so we'll see what the move is going to be. Reminiscence are deciding to go on to the defense again, however. So we're going to be seeing them go on the defense first and try to stop that cart from moving as far as possible on Shambali Monastery. So MI7 get to attack first. So we'll see what the move is going to be here from both of these teams.
I mean, we came into this match talking about the history between these two teams here and just the history of everything around a lot of these players and these teams here. Let's talk about something else here. The winner of the preseason championship last year ended up winning the grand championship in the regular season. That was Reminiscence here. History can repeat itself again tonight, and I do believe these two teams could potentially be the teams that we do see in the grand finals of this Discord tier. However, there's still a long season ahead of them. Stuff happens. Maybe a player just decides they don't want to play on the team anymore and leave, but these two teams right now seem very, very strong. And like I said, these two teams are the titans of the Discord tier.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at the other teams in Discord tier, there are so many teams that could really rival. Cosmic Castaways took a map off of Reminiscence. You have Tempest, who took a map off of MI7, and there are several other teams that we still have not seen in Tranquility before that could make an impact. Error, part of the well-fan respected Oath organization, is in this season now. Maelstrom is coming back to the season, and one of the most interesting picks I see in the Discord tier this season, Paradise Lost, the Season 7 runner-ups that nobody expected to make it to the finals, except me, are back in Tranquility this season. So we could very well see many different teams make an impact in Season 7. And if you want to learn about all the stuff that is going to be going on in Season 7, we have our programs every single week. Saturday, we begin our first ever broadcast of Bronze Banter, a brand new program here in Tranquility. That's going to be on Saturday. Sunday, we have our program, another new program. Thuggington is hosting After Scrims tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, on Monday, we start the action of our first week of Tranquility with the Iris podcast, where yours truly will be hosting and breaking down everything you need to know for the first week of Tranquility Gaming as we head into Shambali Monastery, confirmed our last map of the series. The winner of this map takes home the championship. The loser will have to settle for second place. Between Reminiscence and MI7, once more, we'll have to see who's able to take home that title.
I mean, what more could you ask for? These two teams, both great teams in their own rights. You wanted to see this series go the distance. MI7, again, up 3-1. They had two maps here to essentially end it, but it just seemed like mistakes killed them on Oasis, and on Blizzard World, it just seemed like Reminiscence had the better defense there. They did not allow him to cap. They did allow him to cap that first point, but then essentially they just slammed the door in them at the choke point.
Yeah, definitely. The door was shut right there on that Blizzard World attack, so we'll see. But MI7 are able to rebound from that. Right now, it's Brawl comps across the board. Reminiscence right now showing the Reaper May composition for Brawl. MI7 looking like they want to try to mix it up. Laura currently showing a Hanzo. That might just be to make sure that Reminiscence are might just be to see where MI7 is hiding. We'll have to see, as it looks like Laura is actually gonna walk out on the Hanzo. The first time we're seeing the Hanzo here in this matchup. We'll see if it pays dividends as MI7 start moving that card and are met with Reminiscence right at the first quarter.
And you are 100% correct there, Lore. Just sending out that recon arrow there. Hey, you talked about it. I'm going to bring it up. And then immediately swapping back over to the Cassia right now. But just the Rhines trying to, either take space away or provide space for their teams. And Tank able to find Swifters out, but Music Addicts able to find Genji main. That gives a little bit of advantage here to Reminiscence to be able to push up a little bit further if they wanted to here. And you immediately see them hop back up onto this cart right now to try to stop it from moving forward.
Yeah, definitely, but the walls are still going to be there from Tanic B to be able to separate the members of Reminiscence and make sure that they cannot apply too much pressure here. MI7 looking to re-engage here as Genji Main's back in the fight and almost has this Shatter online.
already quickly too. MI7, even with Genji main actually dying, the shatter comes out. It's huge. It hits 3 members. But Genji main's the only one to fall from it. Now the Blizzard coming out from Tanikby. It's not able to freeze anyone, but Tanikby able to find B-Ball Man there. It's still a very, very scrappy team fight here on point. Laura, a nice combo with the grenade and the shot there, able to take care of Coconut, Neptune, and Swifter's fall. And now MI7 has a little bit of time here to push this card up without any contest.
Absolutely good chance here for MI7 to be able to push it, I believe, right at the edge of this hill. Reminiscence will have the high ground advantage in that space, but definitely good chance here for MI7 to try to push forward. They do have this window and Deadeye combination. Already the window at the corner. Deadeye, I assume, is going to be coming out soon from Lord. There it is, as I said. But now Reminiscence, they're going to try to take this flank angle and try to stop them in their tracks.
Look at that, Lore only able to find one, but that's a huge pick onto Music Addicts. There'll be no death balls in this fight. Immortality Field used here by MI7, the beat used by Coconut right now, but Tanikby finds Swifter, no Blizzard. The Shatter comes out from B-Ball Man. It catches 3, but there's no follow-up from it just yet as B-Ball Man, again, first one to fall after a shatter is the Ryan that shattered. And now the rest of Reminiscence falls and MI7 has captured the first point.
B-Ball Man tried to charge right into the people who were shattered on the side of MI7, but it was Genji main stopping that shatter, or stopping that charge with his own charge and being able to stop that. Oh, and Swifters is gonna get bullied out here. The Blizzard being invested from Swifters, even though the card has not even made it part way. So many ults are being invested here from both teams. What is going on?
I'm so confused. We've seen some ultimates be used, and honestly, all the questionable ultimates have come out from these Mei players so far. And I would expect a swap, but you see Tanikby sticking with the Mei. And now, really the only ultimate ready on the board right now is that beat for MI7. However, Neptune, very, very close to getting a damage matrix here, and that could be big for Reminiscence. They have it ready right now. They could basically just set it up right now, just barreling down this corner, and that's exactly what they do.
Absolutely. You see Reminiscence starting to push forward right away, but MI7, now they have the sustainability. That window's out of the picture. There is a chance MI7 can come back into this, especially with the only thing losing is that Immortality Field from the side from Bunny. So we'll see how MI7 reacts.
Data coming out here from Genji main. It catches both supports right there. No healing left on the board for Reminiscence. No Mei as well, but they are able to find Genji main there. However, the rest of Reminiscence will fall there. It will not be counted as a team kill, but if MI7 is able to stay on this cart, we might see a point cap here. However, I believe Majestic will try to run out there just to stall out before that happens.
That's exactly, or it's going to be Coconut who's going to stall out there, but the Deadeye is going to come here from Lord just to try and lock it down. The wall is also there, but still a touch is there from Reminiscence. Swifter's able to use a wall of his own and the ice block to stop that cart at 0.37 meters. They had to invest a lot of cooldowns into that. Now the Blizzard coming out from Tanikby is probably going to end this hold here from Rem.
You talk about that, but the kills right now going the way of Reminiscence. The beat also coming out from them too, so this fight might not be going the way of MI7 just yet. Actually, the charge comes out from both Rhymes there. Genji main, though, taking the brunt of that charge, dies. So does Bunny. Tanikby able to find Swifters, but that's really all MI7 got.
Yeah, definitely. MI7 were able to just back out of that. They did use some ults in that, but still Reminiscence had to use a lot of their ults of their own. They had to invest that beat from Coconut. I don't know if they used the Shadow from B-Ball Man, but he's very low on charge for that. Regardless, it's going to come down to this next push here and how these ults are going to be used. Swifters has this Blizzard online, so if he doesn't get picked out first, there is a potential for Reminiscence to continue this hold of his card and stop MI7 from pushing it into the second point.
Ice wall comes up. Here comes a Blizzard from Swifters. Majestic holding on to that beat. They do use it, but Bunny, Tanikby taken out from that Blizzard right there. The beat did not save them there, and now you immediately see MI7 just running away. Reminiscence smartly not chasing after them there. You don't want to have anyone accidentally back cap you here. But right now, minute 15 on the board for MI7. They do have some ultimates coming up here, and a nice kill to start everything off from Laura.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the main reason you don't want to fall down is you don't want to lose that high ground advantage. It's very difficult to make it up the caves here of the Shambhala Monastery second point. It's still possible, but now it's going to be difficult. Bunny's now out of the picture for MI7.
Neptune's out of the picture as well, but Lord's the next one to fall there. B-Ball Man incredibly close to falling right there. Genji main Music Addict's able to find Majestic, but B-Ball Main out. Now it's just trades back and forth. There's a trade back. Here comes another trade as Music Addicts takes care of Genji Main, and we're nearing half a minute left to go for MI7. They do have a Blizzard. They do have a High Noon, and look at Reminiscence right now. They really have nothing. So these two ultimates that MI7 has to be huge for them.
They have to be impactful ultimates indeed. Is MI7 going to be taking this way to the left, prevent any sort of flank coming out here from Reminiscence and try to stop this? They don't have, the window comes out first and already Music Addicts out of the fight. Good start for MI7.
And they have the Blizzard comes out. That's going to provide a lot of space right now. The High Noon might be invested here, but they don't have to use it just yet as they were able to cap that second point. Tanakb finds one, finds two, finds a third. Laura finds a fourth. And now MI7, 90 seconds on the clock. Gonna try to push this cart to its final resting spot.
Yep, they start moving that cart toward the four gods of the ancients here on Shambali Monastery, and they push extremely far up. They don't want Reminiscence to take any of this space because look at where the chokehold is pretty much. It's just a giant altar that MI7 have to try and push into, but already those walls proving to be lethal for both teams.
Scatter comes out to try to help Laura here with their High Noon, but it gets blocked there by B-Ball Man. Nice block by them. Immortality Field out already for Reminiscence here, but Genji Main just swinging wildly finds 2 kills. We get to see the stick there on the Laura, but they don't fall. Music Addicts eventually able to take him out, but look at this. We keep seeing MI7 find kill after kill, and they are chasing after Neptune right now. They might be able to get him, and they're able to.
Yeah, they're going to be able to sacrifice some of that card progress in order to find that kill on the Neptune, which is a very good stagger. They could find the kill on the Swifters, but it seems they just want to push this card as now it's last fight territory. Blizzard comes out away from Swifters, so does the beat, but MI7 just retreat! Perfect retreat coming out from MI7.
Blizzard beat, both start with Bs, both kind of wasted ultimates there. B-Ball Man has to shatter, it comes out, doesn't find anyone. Now here comes the damage matrix. That fire strike could be deadly, doesn't find anyone, but Laura able to find Music Addicts there. We see Genji Man get denied by the ice wall. They forget the touch. There's time left on the clock for MI7 here.
5.4 seconds on the clock for MI7. They got it before it hit overtime. There were 2 kills on the side of Reminiscence, but I believe that might have been a Charlie 9er. Reminiscence definitely could have been able to touch that card, but they were just forced back from MI7 and weren't able to do it in time. So MI7 find their way to push the cart into the final point here, and now they fully cap Shambali Monastery, even with a little bit of time in the bank. So now it's up to Reminiscence. They have to bring this to overtime rounds, or the preseason championship is MI7's.
And, you know, you always look in these long series that go to the final games, who makes the least amount of mistakes there? And Reminiscence, that might be a mistake that comes back to bite them here, especially if they're able to finish this map here in overtime. Hell, even if they're able to finish the map here at all, it could be something that comes back to drastically hurt them.
It definitely could be something to drastically hurt them, as now we're trying to get everything, as now we'll have to see what the move is here. MI7 going for the stock standard brawl on their defense. They're going to be holding up at the plateau area, the little bit of area. It's straightforward, right in front of the user, and they just do it to be able to hold up on that high ground. Okay, that's why you run the Hanzo. You run the Sonic Arrow up over the top, and then know where the enemy team is holding. So now Reminiscence know that they're holding on that plateau, and now they're going to be walking out here. Do we see Music Addicts stick to this Hanzo is the question, or is he just going to burn down the shields? They're walking forward with it. It looks like Music Addicts is going to stick to the Hanzo here, as now Reminiscence start pushing this card forward. Early engage, however, from Genji Main right to the low ground.
I mean, I'm not surprised. We saw the same thing, that Reminiscence of the same thing on MI7's attack right now. Immortality Field already gone now for MI7, so MI7 has to play this a little bit smartly now. They don't want to lose anyone too early. Laura able to roll away, but Genji Main gets incredibly low. Swifters, though, first one to fall here. B-Ball Man out as well, but so is Genji Main. Music Addicts finding some value here with this Hanzo, which I only think might be a one-life kind of pick here right now as Laura finds them. I expect that we might see a swap come out here from Music Addicts, but already 50% to a Dragons. They might stick with it.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be sticking with it, probably because Reminiscence, they're going to be able to have the advantage. Genji Main is still running back from spawn. See them on the left side of your screen with Majestic, so MI7 going to have to give up some space here. Genji Main's going to get bullied by this wall. Beautiful Blizzard, however, from Tanakb to try and stop the push.
Yeah, and it also saves Genji Main right there. They're able to find B-Ball Main, or B-Ball Man there, but you see Genji Main immediately fall back, but their DPS just picking up the slack for them right there. Genji Main, incredibly low health, smartly backed up there, let their DPS do all the work there, and it's another team fight win there for MI7. 2.5 minutes now and counting for Reminiscence left to go to get to this first point.
Absolutely, and I think the big thing here is Reminiscence still have this beat from Coconut. They're going to be able to have that sustainability for this next fight. MI7 already down one of their crucial ultimates in that Blizzard. They use this window to try and force back Reminiscence, and already Taniki finds another impactful pick onto Swifters here, so MI7 are going to continue this, and that shatter from Genji Main is going to make it even better, Dex.
I love the aggression coming out here from MI7. They find a third kill there, and now you're going to see some people falling back. Lore setting it up right now, not necessarily letting anyone on Reminiscence know that they're up there. This is a great spot for them right now, especially if Reminiscence just quickly tries to get back to that cart. That sonar arrow, not able to spot him, but maybe they know he's up there.
We'll have to see as here comes the Dragon Strike from Music Guys to try and separate the members of MI7, but Lore's in the backline with the Deadeye. Oh, that could be bad.
That could be bad. It could go from bad to worse right now. But, you know, that damage range is not going to find a lot. But Music Addicts finds a second one there onto Majestic. The Shatter comes out. The Immortality Field actually going to keep some members up, but Bunny will fall shortly after it. Now Genji Main falls. Swifters does have that Blizzard ready to go right now, but Tanic be falling as well. They're going to hold on to it right now. Each side has the Blizzard and the Beat ready to go into this next engagement.
It's all going to come down to who uses their Blizzard better here as Reminiscence start making their way up the hill toward that final point here. And I mean, good for MI7. They didn't use a single ult in that fight apart from the Deadeye, but here come the Blizzards from both sides. It's all going to be determined on who does it best.
Beat comes out here from Reminiscence. They're not able to take care of Tanakby though. Lore though able to find Swifters. That's a good start here for MI7. Now the beat comes out from MI7. That will sustain a lot of their team. We just see Lore fanning the hammer there into B-Ball Man. Music Addicts able to find Tanakby, but that's the only thing Reminiscence got. And now look at how far that walk is for Reminiscence to get back to this cart. And there's less than 45 seconds to go now.
It's going to be last fight territory at this point for Reminiscence, but I love the patience there from Majestic. Waited until the beat waned out from Reminiscence and then used their own to be able to stop the push. Made it so that Reminiscence were fighting into a lost fight situation, or fighting into more health pools. So now Reminiscence making their way up. They only have this Dragon Strike from Music Addicts. We didn't see it do a lot of value except for separation. We'll see if it's able to do the reverse here, but Ballman's already dead.
But here comes the Dragons, and it's kind of stuck in the ground there. It's not going to find anyone with it. Genji Main finds a third there. Now they just need to clean up the Mei and the Hanzo. It's up to the DPS line for Reminiscence here. We see Genji Main charge through the high noon, comes out from Lore there, finds Swifters. Music Addicts finds Lore, but Tanakby finds Music Addict. Now B-Ball Man back on the ball, not able to get back in touch in time. MI7 says screw your script as they win the preseason championship here.
And the score between these two juggernauts is now even. MI7 get their second win over Reminiscence and even up the score 2-2 between these two teams in an absolute thriller of a match. I mean, you said it yourself. Shambali Monastery was pretty much a map that many people have not practiced. It's new to the game. Not many people would expect to play it, and MI7 pulled out that trump card when it mattered and were able to make it work in the end, and they become your Season 10 Discord tier preseason champions. What a way to start off the season so far here, Dex. Already we're seeing how interesting our Discord tier is going to be as we enter the 10th season of Tranquility Gaming.
Yeah, and honestly, they put on a performance here tonight. Now, every final since the Season 9 preseason final has been between these two teams. And, you know, MI7 winning this one, but, you know, right now, Reminiscence can still say, hey, we're still champions of the overall season here at the moment. Reminiscence now starts their kind of their run it back season, see if they can be two-time back-to-back season champions here.
Yeah, definitely. We could very well see Reminiscence become the first Oregon Tranquility to earn 3 championships, which would be a statement to be held. Again, only 3 teams so far have earned 2 championships. Reminiscence is one, the Koala Kings are another, and then Flashbacks, Reminiscence's sister team, is another. So if they're able to get 3 championships, it would be the most monumental achievement in Tranquility history. But it's not about Reminiscence right now. It's about the champions, the preseason champions, MI7, getting their revenge. With the dust settled, Dex, we have to pick a player of the match. Who is your player of the match from the side of MI7?
Ooh, I either want to say it's Laura or Genji main. I felt like those two, but then you can also just throw Tanic B in there on the Mei, because it just seemed like the Mei, especially when it was a brawl comp, just did so much to control the pace of the game, because we saw both teams' Meis get blizzards incredibly fast, and they were really huge for both sides there. Man.
It is a hard decision.
Like,
I will make it easier for you, and I'll say it's Genji main for me. Genji main, I mean, this is a guy who played for a 10th seeded team in Season 8, rose up the ranks, went to SEAL Team Spuds last season, became a dominant force of nature over there, helping them get big wins in many different situations. Now comes over to the runner-up team MI7 and is proving his worth in the brawl compositions, in the dive compositions. Genji main is my player of the match. I hope that makes it a little bit easier in choosing your player of the match.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you there. Overwatch 2, you have a lot more emphasis on the tank, and really the teams live and die by the tank. If your tank falls early in a fight, you're gonna suffer from it. And like I was saying, it was between honestly, it was going to be Genji main for me as well, but I really wanted to give a shout out to both Tanic and Lore, as well as support line for MI7 as well. They did such a great job. I always feel like we overshadow the support line, even back in Overwatch 1, because just the tanks and this DPS always seem to do stuff that's a little bit more flashy, but those support lines are always there, making sure that those tanks and DPS can do those flashy things.
And this is not discrediting anybody else in this matchup as well. Reminiscence also put up one heck of a fight. I mean, Swifters did an incredible job all day. Music Addicts was an absolute force of nature, coming over from MI7, proving that they are still worthy of a championship title and trying to bring that to Reminiscence. And of course, you have Coconut, who moved up to Discord tier this season after being on flashbacks last season. B-Ball Man was very impactful in the tank role. Train was also good at certain points. Like, both of these teams, I would not be surprised if we saw these two teams in the grand finals later in the season, because they definitely are worthy of grand finals nominees. And even better, we're going to be seeing them again. Week 5, these two teams are facing off again in the regular season. I think it's safe to say we are up for one heck of a show between Reminiscence and MI7, but that is all we have for all of you today. A reminder, next week, Tranquility Gaming Season 10 begins. The Iris podcast will be on Monday. Chuduggington's After Scrims tonight will be on Sunday, and of course, Bronze Banter and the new Silver Slander coming over to Tranquility. That'll be on Saturday and Tuesday, respectively. But that is going to do it for us here today. It has been a pleasure having us here. THC has been your producer, and Nick has been your observer. Remember to thank all your producers and observers for putting on these amazing casts. My name is Ben Balzi. I've been joined by the wonderful Dexatron here on my casting desk. I don't want to talk about my missayings, but that is going to do it for us here today. We thank you all for watching. Until we meet again, we hope you have an amazing night.